Okay, do we have anybody watching the stream? I know I'm starting us a little early. But I have a couple things I want to get out of the way before we jump into Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event this week. So, yeah, looks like there's 3 people waiting. So for those of you in the chat, can you hear me? Morning, Patrick. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the stream, Dragon Rider. Can everybody hear me okay? Loud and clear. Okay, cool. Great. Just going to send out a quick tweet letting everybody know that I am live from Silver Spring, Maryland. It's Saturday morning. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, how is everybody's Saturday morning going? How's everybody's weekend going? Hopefully everybody's Friday went well. Pancakes are great for breakfast. I love pancakes. I wish I had some right now. I had a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. Trying to stay healthy and all that stuff. Healthy's overrated, but you know. Okay. Alrighty, well, while we're waiting, gonna give people a chance to get on and, before we jump into Clash of Champions and Saturday night's main event, I did want to review 2 shows. That would be Impact Wrestling's Redemption, which was a pay-per-view that happened last week, and WWE's Greatest Royal Rumble, which happened yesterday, and I was up until almost 2 in the morning finishing watching because I didn't get to watch it live. I was at work, so I was up pretty late watching that long ass show. So what did I think of both? Let's start with Impact Wrestling's Redemption. This is their first pay-per-view since Bound for Glory last year. So it's their first pay-per-view of 2018. Typically in April, they do Lockdown, which is, you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that Lockdown is not a show that I'm overly fond of. So I was happy with the changeover, and they're just straight up doing a standard pay-per-view. I thought the show overall was okay. It didn't blow my mind, but they didn't do anything exceptionally stupid either. They just they were trucking. It's just one of those like easy and steady type shows where they didn't do anything overly stupid. Not too much of it was overly great, and I can't say it's like, oh, you need to go out of your way to see the show. It's amazing, but it was solid for what it was. I think if I had to assign a letter grade to it, I'd probably give it a C. There were some things that worked, some things that didn't work. The Drago Aerostar match that opened up the show was pretty botch heavy and a little sloppy. So that match didn't really work for me. But the 6-way match I thought was good, where it was basically Cage taking on the entire X division, and they just made Cage look like a beast, which makes sense because if they're gonna put Cage in the X division, it's all about it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And if it's good enough for Samoa Joe, it's good enough for Cage. And Cage is kind of like Lucha Lesnar anyway. So it makes sense to put him in there with guys like that and let him just kind of be this big brute in the X division that can do these amazing athletic things. I thought the hardcore match was good. Eddie Edwards, Tommy Dreamer, and Moose taking on Sami Callihan and OVE. I thought that was like a good hardcore match where they did some crazy things in there. And I really liked the post-match angle where good morning, Peltzer. Welcome to the stream. I really liked the post-match angle where Eddie was going too far with Sami and beating on him and wailing on him too much. And then in his anger, he accidentally whacked his wife across the face with the kendo stick, which sounds really funny, but it actually came off pretty well, I thought. It was a good post-match angle. And what else did I like on the show? Scott Steiner and Eli Drake won the TNA tag title, or I guess the Impact Wrestling tag titles. Steiner looks okay. Like, Steiner goes in there, hits his spots, and I think putting him in tag matches is good to kind of hide his weaknesses and just let him go in there and hit his spots, basically. Let Eli do most of the work. And we did get to see a top rope Frankensteiner from Scott Steiner, which is like, I didn't know. How old is he? 55? I didn't know Scotty could still do that. So it's like Scott Steiner, man, he's still impressing at his age, which is kind of amazing. I love Scott Steiner, so I make that no surprise. Does Steiner look better than Undertaker does now? I'd say about the same, honestly, because Undertaker didn't look. Taker, when you look at his Mania match and you look at his match at the Greatest Royal Rumble, I'm going to talk about that. He doesn't look as good as he used to, but he's gotten to a point where he looks passable. So he doesn't look like the fucking train wreck that he did last year at the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania in the main event with Roman Reigns, where he just looked he looked like he had no business being in there. Taker looks good enough at a point where if you keep him to those legend show style matches where he just goes in and hits his spots, he could probably do it. And Steiner's that same way right now. So yeah, I just said Scott Steiner, big Papa Pump and the Undertaker on equal footing. Come at me, bro. There was an X Division title match between Matt Sydal and Petey Williams. I thought that match was okay. It's one of those weird things. I looked at that match. I was like, good God, if I time warp back to 2005, it's like I'm still watching Matt Sydal and Petey Williams. I've been watching them since the mid-2000s. That's crazy. I think that covers most of like the stuff that was on there. Oh, well, there was a couple women's matches. Tessa Blanchard has made her debut with Impact Wrestling, which is interesting. I've heard she's pretty good, so we'll see how she does. We also had Allie successfully defending the Knockouts title against Su Yung, which was surprising because Su Yung is like a new heel that they're pushing. And you'd think with the new Monster heel would win. And it's like, oh, okay, Allie just won. That's fine, I guess. But yeah, that's most of the undercard for Impact Redemption. It was just kind of like, it was fine. They didn't do anything overly stupid, but they didn't do anything like that fantastic either. Tessa is pretty good. She's going to be at All In. I can't wait to see All In. That show is going to be very, very interesting. Allie's still a thing. Yes, Allie is still a thing. I don't know. I like Allie. Of course, I also think she's hot, so maybe that's part of it. But yeah, so that's pretty much the undercard. The main event was Austin Aries defending the Impact Wrestling Championship against Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, which if you're a Lucha Underground fan, you are probably a huge mark for Pentagon and Phoenix because they're two of the best guys on the show and have been pretty much since they debuted on the show. I thought the main event was really good. I thought it was a really good action-packed match, better than the match they had at Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling. It was, of course, that night it was supposed to be Alberto thrown into the mix for a tag match, and he no-showed, so they had to pretty much come up with that match on the fly. Did you know Pentagon and Phoenix are real-life brothers? I did, actually. They mentioned it a few times at the pay-per-view, which is a little surprising. I would think that they would want to keep that under wraps, but it was, anyway, I thought the main event was very good. I thought all three guys went out there and just had this really good, athletic, solid match, and it surprised me that Pentagon actually won the Impact Wrestling Championship. I was like, oh, okay. Because I just assumed that Aries was going to retain in this situation. And now Pentagon's the Impact Wrestling Champion. I'm like, that's cool. I kind of want to see what Impact does now. I haven't watched this week's show, but I kind of was like, oh, I want to see Pentagon as the Impact Champion. Hopefully they let him be something closer to what he was in Lucha Underground. They did here. They let him break Austin Aries' arm, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I like the main event, and I like the surprise title change. Is it June 13th yet? God, I hope so. Get here faster. I need some Lucha Underground in my life. But and that's one thing about the show. There are a lot of Lucha Underground guys on there when you look at Brian Cage and Pentagon and Phoenix and Taya Valkyrie and a few other people. It's kind of like the show. They're almost becoming the same show almost when you look at the rosters. And part of me wishes they would kind of keep continuity with Lucha Underground, which they didn't really do. Like Pentagon and Phoenix aren't brothers on Lucha Underground, as far as I know. I don't think that they've mentioned that, but on this show, they were talking about it all the time. And they keep calling him Pentagon Jr. when in Lucha Underground, he's been upgraded to Pentagon Dark. So just little things like that. I wish they would kind of keep continuity with Lucha Underground, but hey, what are you going to do? Yeah, like I think they've already taped season 4, but it would be neat if you turn on Lucha Underground season 4 and he just walks out with the TNA title. So that's that. Yeah, that's Impact Redemption. Like I said, if I was going to assign a letter grade to it, I would give it a C. overall solid show. I don't regret watching it, but it's not an overtly memorable one either. So take that for what it's worth. But the main event was pretty cool, and that was a cool thing to really end on. So let's go into the greatest Royal Rumble and what I thought of that show. Oh, geez. First of all, it was too goddamn long. At 5 hours, it was like, this is ridiculous. The show does not need to be this long, especially for something that was basically a glorified house show. It was a house show inside of a WrestleMania venue. That was basically the greatest Royal Rumble. And it went on way, way, way too long. And a lot of the matches were dead weight, I thought. Like, most of the matches fell flat for me. I didn't like Cena versus Triple H. Cena looks awful now. Like, he looks like he's going at half speed and, like, he doesn't care. Like, because he's had this problem for years, but he's, like, the loudest spot caller I think I've ever heard. And for a top-level guy, like, he is the loudest spot caller I think I've ever heard. And, the Cruiserweight title I didn't really care for. The U.S. title match was awful. Jinder selling that whisper in the wind when Jeff Hardy came nowhere near touching him was hilarious. Was the Triple H versus Cena match from Greatest Royal Rumble better than their Mania 22 match? Yes, it was. It was less painful. The WrestleMania 22 match pissed me off. This one was just kind of like a flat match that they threw out there, but anyway, Triple H and Cena was a nothing match. The Cruiserweight title match, they worked hard. I mean, Cedric and Kalisto worked hard. It was just that crowd couldn't be bothered to give a shit. The U.S. title match was terrible. Both tag matches were kind of like, they were just there. I don't mind the Bludgeon Brothers getting a dominant win, and I don't mind. I was okay with Hardy and Wyatt winning the tag titles. It's just the matches themselves were just kind of eh. What else was on the show? The casket match was basically just an Undertaker nostalgia match where it's like, go in there, hit your shit, and then get out. That was it. Go in there, hit your shit, and get out. And that was basically the casket match. Which, again, it wasn't a disastrous match or anything. It was just kind of like, oh, okay. I don't know why Rusev is the guy that's being fed to him, but at least it wasn't a full-on squash. The Phantom Bump by Jim... The Phantom Bump by Jinder, GIF of the year. Actually, we'll get into what the GIF of the year should be when I talk about the Rumble. But let's see. I've talked about the casket match. Have I forgotten anything? There's the WWE title. Well, you got AJ versus Nakamura, which I thought was a good match. One of the better matches on the show. And I didn't mind the double count out finish because with Nakamura throwing low blows out there all the time, I think a no DQ match is going to have to come at some point. And I think the double count out kind of further necessitates the need for a no DQ match. So I think they're going to have that eventually. I was a little surprised Nakamura didn't win the title. By the way, I like Nakamura, like the adding lyrics to his theme song. I think it sounds really cool. But I thought the match was fine. Match was good, and it sets the stage for something more down the road. There was the ladder match for the IC title, which I thought was pretty good. I'm typically not overly complimentary of multi-man ladder matches, but this one, it was the best thing on the undercard of the show. So I'm gonna highlight it as much as I can. Just a good solid ladder match, and I thought the finish was really cool with Seth doing the springboard Spider-Man leap onto the ladder, and then he just snuck the title down. I thought that was pretty cool. It was nice to see that Shelton Benjamin spot actually be the finish for once, because that's a really cool idea. Yeah, the finish was awesome. I really like that. So that's most of the undercard. Then you got Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a steel cage, which, oh my God. Oh God. First of all, I hate their matches. This one wasn't as bad as their Mania match, but it was still pretty bad because it was just like, all right, let's just spam finishers. Just spam all those finishers. Spam all the finishers, guys. And then you get to that finish, and I was like, oh, fuck me. God damn it. They're going to do a rematch. God damn it. They've got me at a point where I am literally begging for a Roman victory just so we can move past this and move on. It's like, that's so cruel. And maybe that's their goal. It's like, we'll do the match so many times that people will be begging for Roman to win just to end it. Yeah, and it's funny, like, the way they did that, where they both crashed through the cage wall and landed outside, and they gave the win to Lesnar because he landed back first onto the floor. But I argued that's like, no, Lesnar was on top of the cage wall. He wasn't on the floor. So to me, like, because they both landed, and Lesnar was lying down back first on the cage, the broken cage wall. So to me, he hasn't touched the ground yet. Roman rolled over off of that, and then his feet touched, because the rule has always been your feet, not your back, which is another little caveat there. And so to me, Roman actually won the match, but you know, whatever. It was worthy of an instant replay review anyway. But yeah, I hated that match. Could have done without it. And then you get into the Greatest Royal Rumble, the 50-man Rumble, which was really long, but I enjoyed it. I thought, okay, it's the star attraction of this whole show, this whole shebang. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good overall. Just a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, Daniel Bryan breaking the Royal Rumble record and being in there for like an hour and 20 minutes or something ridiculous like that. So good for him for having that type of performance. I thought Elias performed well. I thought Braun Strowman performed well. I was glad he won it, because it's like, oh, it's nice that the biggest fuck guy won the Royal Rumble, because they keep saying that big guys have an advantage in this thing, but they don't always win it. So it's kind of like, do they really have an advantage in a Battle Royal or a Royal Rumble? So to kind of feed into that whole Andre the Giant idea, it was nice that the big guy won the Royal Rumble. The Titus O'Neil botch is the funniest goddamn thing I've seen in a long time. Like, the announcers were legit cracking, and that's the difference between like their forced WWE comedy and when something actually funny happens. And I feel bad for Titus, of course, but it's like, that was just too funny. It was hilarious where he's running in. It almost looks like he did it on purpose. Like, it's just so fluid. He trips and then slides underneath the ring head first. And it's the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen. He could give lessons to Shockmaster on how to make an entrance. It was really fucking funny. And I was laughing at it. I've heard that supposedly Vince McMahon was sitting backstage in Gorilla, like laughing his ass off while it was happening. It's like, oh God, I need footage of that. Please give me footage of Vince laughing at Titus O'Neil. I mean, again, I feel bad for Titus, but it was still really, really funny. What else did I like about the Rumble? I thought Jericho, Rey Mysterio, and Kurt Angle did well enough for their like legend spots. Jericho in particular, I like that they kind of rekindled his feud with Kevin Owens. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. It was an enjoyable Rumble overall. Again, probably went a little too long, but it was fun for what it was. Again, there's nothing on the line, so it's not like there are high stakes in this thing anyway, but it was fun for what it was, and it was an enjoyable match. So since they replayed it 1,004 times, see, here's the thing. The producers cut away from it the first time, at least on watching it on the replay. They cut away from it the first time, and then they replayed it like 6 times. So I think the producers were trying to skip it, but somebody like Vince probably thought it was the funniest thing in the world. The announcers thought it was funny, so they said, keep replaying it. It's hilarious. I can't believe that just happened. So no, I think it was legitimate. Because it looked like they were trying to hide it at first, and then they just said, oh, fuck it. This is too funny. We got to show it to everybody. So yeah, that's pretty much Greatest Royal Rumble. There were, because I'm a shit stirrer and kind of a dick, I couldn't help but kind of make fun of Saudi Arabia a little bit. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. Hey, Finn, why aren't you wearing your LGBTQ plus ABXYZ shirt? Why aren't you wearing it, Finn? Why aren't you wearing your new shirt in Saudi Arabia? Is there any particular reason why you're not wearing that shirt? Care to tell us, Finn? Any reason why you would want to hide that shirt? Any reason at all? And I love that video they did. It's like, oh, Saudi Arabia, we're progressive and we're changing and we allow women to drive now. I'm like, oh, whoa, watch it, guys. It's like, whoa, they let women drive now. It's real big of them. It's like they still, maybe in 20 years they'll be allowed to actually perform on a wrestling show. And then in the Royal Rumble, Goldust came out. I'm like, they actually allowed Goldust to perform? That legitimately surprises me. Maybe they're more progressive than I thought, but he should have worn Rainbow Demon paint. Yeah, that would have gone over well. No, I'm being facetious. I know exactly why I didn't wear that shirt, but Yeah, so I was making some jokes at the expense of Saudi Arabia because I'm a dick and a shit stirrer, but that's just me. That's me. I'm trying to think of any other things that happened on the show. Daivari came out briefly for a spot that they did to highlight like Saudi Arabia, like WWE prospects. I'm like, hi Daivari. Nice to see you back. That's cool, I guess. Kind of cool. But that was it. He was just there, so whatever. But yeah, the show was way, way, way too long. But there is some good stuff on there. I liked the ladder match. I liked AJ Nakamura. And I thought the Greatest Royal Rumble was fun. So if you want to watch some fun material, I say skip all the other stuff and watch the good stuff. That's basically how it's in. What's going good? Sorry, I'm late. No, it's okay. We are pro wrestling. I actually, I started early. That's what happened. Yeah, I just wanted to get my reviews of Greatest Royal Rumble and Impact Redemption out of the way before we jump into the Clash and Saturday night's main event. So, yeah, Greatest Royal Rumble. There's some good stuff on there. I like the ladder match. I liked AJ Nakamura, and the Rumble itself was fun. There's nothing I'd say that's you have to go out of your way to see it. And if you do watch the show, it is really, really fucking long. So it is a show I recommend. It's like, look, just skip over the rest and watch the good stuff. But the main attraction was fun. I mean, the Rumble was the big selling point, and that was fun. So I guess I'll be nice and give the show a C. I'll be nice. And apparently I'm giving it one of the highest grades because it was, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of those old like TNA one night only pay-per-views, which were just like throwaway shows that don't really affect anything, but they're like distractions from the main show. And they just here's a bunch of matches. Here you go. It felt like that, only in like a WrestleMania style venue. The venue looked nice. I thought the stage and everything looked pretty cool. But overall, like I said, there are some entertaining things on there, but you got to kind of shift through the crap to get to the entertaining things. So that was the Greatest Royal Rumble, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So with all of that said, we're going to start with Clash of Champions 8. Let me just send out a quick tweet. Okay. All right, so how's everybody doing this morning? We all ready for Clash of Champions? Ready to watch some old school NWA/WCW? Okay, I've got it pulled up on the network. Clash of Champions 8, Tuesday, September 12th, 1989. Clash of Champions 8, Fall Brawl 89 features Ric Flair teaming up with Sting to take on the Great Muta and one of Gary Hart's associates. That's very descriptive. Watch them do Lesnar versus Roman at SummerSlam, and here in Brooklyn, we no-sell it like Mania. That'd be funny. Okay, watch now. Something Else to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. Are the network shows any good? The something Else to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. Are those shows any good? I haven't watched them yet. Let's place our bets now with Ric Flair turn on Sting. I don't think Flair turns on him this time. Did you know Backlash is coming up next Sunday? I did. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, are we watching like this is the old intro to like the earlier clashes? Clash of the Champions. July 23rd, 1989, Baltimore, Maryland. Great Muta and Terry Funk are beating the shit out of Sting. Funk's gonna pile drive Flair again. There's the Stinger. Thank you. Bless me. Yeah, thank you. Sting versus Funk. I've heard some people say that Great American Bash 89 is the greatest pay-per-view ever. I don't know about that. I remember liking it. I haven't seen it in years, though. Muta and Sting had their matches in 1989. They had some great matches together. Like, really cool matches. So I'm kind of excited. Like, the main event, I get to see Muta versus Sting. Hey, James E. Cornette.
Rumors running around the locker room all night about Gary Hart's camp, and a lot of people are saying it may not be good news for Gary Hart, but being a manager, being that I know the position Gary Hart is in, he has the chance tonight on national television to make a dramatic impact on the sport of professional wrestling and to do some damage to Ric Flair and Sting. And I've got to believe, no matter what the rumors are, that Gary Hart has a plot concocted tonight to get the better of the Nature Boy and the Stinger. So many rumors are afloat in this situation, fans, and Jimmy and I will be joined by our esteemed colleague, the Dean of Wrestling Commentators, the legendary Gordon Solie, who is standing by.
Would you like to see Crow Sting feud with Broken Matt Hardy? I would like to see, like, Crow Sting in his prime feud with Broken Matt Hardy. They could have done some great stuff together.
Thanks, Jim. Well, I will say this, that rumors
Gordon Solie!
And they're flying about problems in Gary Hart's camp. I decided the best thing to do is to go right to the man himself, Gary Hart, and ask him point blank, are there problems in your camp, sir?
There's no problems in our camp, Gordon. Whoever's been filling your head with these rumors and making these accusations is probably coming from Flair and Sting. Because I can imagine right at this time you're sitting in your dressing room shaking right down to your very bones. Because there is going to be a major problem tonight, right here on national television, and it's going to take place in the main event. And you got a lot of problems, Ricky Flair. You got a lot of problems.
Ricky Flair.
This possibly could end your wrestling career tonight. As far as me having any problems with J-Tex, there are no problems no matter what anybody tells you, Gordon.
All right, there you have it, direct from the man himself, Gary Hart. There are no problems in his camp. Well, rumors have been flying, but I guess he says they're just not there at all. We'll be back with more action after this.
My camp is super happy, you guys. Tag Team Trembler? Road Warriors versus the Samoan SWAT team. Okay. More Road Warriors. I'm okay with that. All right, we're starting off with Road Warriors and Samoan SWAT team, it looks like. There's our boy, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the Savage Samoan SWAT team, the greatest tag team in the world today. That theme music sucks, guys. This crappy music they plug over the original broadcast is so bad. Look at that ponytail, Paul.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents.
Hashtag shitty stock music. Yep. But then we get Iron Man for Road Warriors. Like, what sense does that make? We get Iron Man. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it sounds great.
First time that I stood in the ring with the Midnight Express and heard the notes of that music and watched these guys come out of the dressing room, and I don't care how tough you are.
We can't get some of their original theme songs that they used in the 80s that they use, but we get Iron Man. Okay. I can't wait to see what they did with DDP. That one, I was like, because his theme song is a ripoff of Nirvana's "It Smells Like Teen Spirit." I'm like, there's no way that they kept that. Super kick. Animal goes down. Power slam. Good Lord, the Road Warriors are so cool. So cool. Yeah, Iron Man's a great song. Like I remember when I saw the first Iron Man, which was, Jesus, that was like 10 years ago. But can't believe the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been around that long. But when I saw that movie and it's like they have to use Iron Man on the soundtrack. They have to. It's like it beckons. And they did. So it was like, okay, cool. Road Warriors in their prime versus AOP or War Machine. Why not both? I'd like to see both. Oh, big boot by Hawk. God, the Samoans look outmatched. Drop kick by Hawk. You may want to tag out, dude. You're in your corner. Who would Paul Ellering side with, Road Warriors or AOP? I mean, Road Warriors, obviously. Paul Ellering would never betray them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Never happened, ever. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Side headlock. Off the ropes. Shoulder tackle. Oh. Oh, clothesline by Hawk. Yeah. How about Ellering with AOP and Sunny with LOD? I mean, not Sunny now, but like Sunny 98. Yeah, that outfit she wore when she managed LOD was kind of great. WrestleMania 14 Sunny, roll tide. Roll tide indeed. I like Jim Cornette as a commentator, by the way. I like him as a color guy. I wish he'd turn into like cursing, ranting Cornette while on commentary. It's like, goddamn, son of a bitch, motherfucker, I'll kill you. Did you see this week's NXT? I haven't watched it yet. No. Haven't watched it yet. All right, Samoans are in control. They've got a bear hug on Hawk. That's fat too. God, it's really weird seeing a young Rikishi. Hawk trying to break it. Got the tag, but the ref didn't see it. I don't think the ref saw it. Nope, didn't see it. Double headbutt, one to the crotch. Behind the ref's back. Cheap shot. Jim Cornette should do commentary over Young Bucks and Kenny Omega match. Goddamn, why haven't they been disqualified yet? They've been in the ring forever. You got a 5 count to get out of the ring, motherfucker. It's a tag match, goddammit. Kenny Omega, I saw him put over a 6-year-old girl. It's bullshit, motherfucker. The funniest thing about that is that he keeps bringing that up. I've never seen footage of it. And it's like, dude, I never heard about it, never saw anything about it until you brought it up. So he can say, like, Kenny Omega made the business look bad, but it's like, dude, you're the one that keeps bringing attention to it. Oh, man, Hawk's in trouble. Fatu! Oh, foot to the face. Hawk gets the tag. Here we go. Yeah! God, the Road Warriors are like tag team Goldberg. They are just so awesome. They're just powerhouses that just throw people around. It's great. Diving shoulder tackle. Okay, Hawk comes in. They fight outside. Oh, Hawk goes into the post. Throw me the gimmick. They got the cell phone. Paul Heyman's cell phone. Back when cell phones could be used as a weapon because they were so big. Hawk with a clothesline. I don't know why he went out the ring first. There we go. Oh! Why isn't the referee disqualified them? Why did the referee not disqualify them? Doomsday device! Boom! 1, 2, 3! Road Warriors win it, even though they should have been disqualified, but okay. Good match, though. Good match. That was fun. Did you? Oh, now they're smashing Paul Dangerously's cell phone. Did you or your parents have one of those brick cell phone devices back at the time? Not at this time. We had like, I do remember we had like a cell phone in like the late 90s. That was kind of like a brick. It was like a shitty flip phone. And I could have like severely injured people with it.
What strength it was, that moved fans. The Samoans have suffered a defeat right there. You see the telephone. It was demolished by Paul Ellering. And fans, what? I think Samu was asking Paulie Dangerously just what the heck happened. They got hit with the telephone. They got beaten. They got.
Oh, are the Samoans walking out on Paulie Dangerously? I had a Walkman in 2000. Remember those? I do remember Walkman. Those were interesting. I actually liked my Walkman, but actually, I wonder if I still have mine. It might be stored away somewhere.
It's coming. Unspeakable horror. It's coming. Terrifying destruction. It's coming.
Okay, these muscled up, jacked up dudes at a low angle are talking about coming. And it's a little intimidating. It's like, stop talking about coming. Halloween Havoc 89. Raw.
Wrestling fans, the following contest on Clash of Champions 8. It is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring, hailing from Havana, Cuba.
Don't drop the soap.
37 pounds, the Cuban Assassin.
The Cuban Assassin. I guess that's less offensive than the terrorist. For those of you who were on the stream last week, the terrorist. Great gimmick. Tom Zink, the Z-Man. I remember when I was a kid, I used to call the Z-Man Zorro because I assumed that's what the Z stood for. I didn't register in my brain that Tom Zink is the Z-Man. It's like, It's like, no, he's Zorro, because Zorro's the Z-Man.
1 fall, 20-minute time limit indeed. We are looking forward to our next big pay-per-view spectacular Saturday night, October 28th. In Philadelphia, tickets on sale now.
Did Tom Zink pass away? I'm seeing a lot of RIPs for Tom Zink in the chat. Did the Z-Man wasn't Lord Zed? Yeah, it could have been Lord Zed. I think this predates Lord. Yeah, this predates Lord Zed by a good 5 years or so. But yeah, I'm seeing like RIP Tom Zink. Did he pass away and I not hear about it? That's sad if true. And, oh, by the way, you want to talk about a funny botch at Great Royal Rumble? Michael Cole referred to Sergeant Slaughter. He was making a Slaughter reference. And he called him the late, great Sergeant Slaughter. I'm like, Slaughter's still alive, buddy. He passed away back in December. I don't remember hearing about that. That's sad. Yeah, I do not remember hearing about that. That's sad. Jesus. Fire Michael Cole. He was particularly bad at the Rumble. He kept saying things that were just ticking me off.
Side headlock by the Cuban assassin. He shot off very quickly.
Shoulder block.
Nice football tackle though there by the man from Havana.
Arm drag by Zink.
Arm drag. In very deeply with it. Beautiful. That was textbook technique right there. Picture perfect. He scooped in deep, already had his body turning, used the Cuban's own momentum against him. And look, there you go. Fidel's favorite wrestler.
Fidel's favorite wrestler.
We want to remind the fans to join us this Saturday night, 6:05 here on Superstation TBS. 2 great hours.
6:05. Yeah, they always used to start at the weirdest times.
Here on TBS.
TBS was just like that. It's like the shows would start at 4:05 and 5:05 and 5:35 or whatever. And I'm like, that always confused me as a kid because they were the only channel that did that.
And right now, yes, the Cuban did use the fist. And he's backing the Z-Man up.
Z-Man, sunset flip. Gets it. 1, 2. No.
But the Cuban too strong, Jimmy, on this occasion. But right back to the arm drag.
I wonder if the Cuban assassin is the father of Armando Alejandro Estrada. I should say it right. Armando Alejandro Estrada. Flying headbutt, misses. Z-Man rolls out of the way.
And that's got to look bad back in Havana because this Cuban, he hates American wrestlers. He doesn't like the American ideals. He's going to be embarrassed.
Yeah, fuck America.
Here on national television in America.
The Cuban medic coming into the corner. The Cuban has the edge and experience here. He's a 10-year veteran in the sport.
Don't know how much experience the Z-Man has. You can tell he's still a youngster, but he looks to know his way around the ring.
Jumps over.
And he's got him right there. There's the sleeper.
Sleeper hold.
We've heard about it. It was the only thing he would really talk about.
An evil Cuban, really?
The sleeper. Well, he's got his opportunity right now.
The WWE sins will destroy the commentary botches from that show.
I don't see how he can break it.
Yep, sure will.
He does break it.
Oh, he beat him with a sleeper hold. Okay. That was a basic squash match style match. I was fine with that. See, they kept that one short. It's not like that Butch Reed match from a couple weeks ago where it was like it went on for like 20 minutes. What was supposed to be a squash match. Ranger Ross versus Sid Vicious. Oh, speaking of squash match. Oh, this ain't going to go long.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Clash of Champions 8, the Fall Brawl. It has been an exciting day here in Columbia, South Carolina. It has been the
No way Sid's working a 20-minute squash match.
of South Carolina. Let's go now to a very special presentation.
Rick, I'm going to read this proclamation on a day that we've set aside in South Carolina. Whereas organized sporting events provide a wholesome form of recreation and play an important role in the lives of South Carolinians.
Yes, wrestling's wholesome. Totally wholesome.
Professional wrestling career has provided countless hours of entertainment for fans.
Stopwatch is ready. Yep. Those Sid matches, he doesn't get paid by the hour, dude.
Through the various titles that he has won, including 6 World Heavyweight Championships, the U.S. Heavyweight Championship, Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship, World Television Championship, World Tag Team Championship, and the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championship.
And whereas many fans of professional wrestling consider Ric Flair to be the greatest wrestler of all time due to his unique ability for styling and profiling, and whereas Ric Flair has helped countless Americans through his unselfish contributions to various charitable organizations, and whereas Ric Flair, through the international language of sports entertainment, has used his
He's put a lot of strippers through college.
Throughout the world. Now, therefore, I, Carroll A. Campbell, Jr., Governor of the state of South Carolina, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, September the 12th, 1989, as Ric Flair Day. Thank you, Governor, very much. It's a great honor. Thank you.
Ric Flair Day.
Fans, the following contest in Clash of Champions 8.
Did you watch the Clash back in the day? I would watch the Clash of Champions. I didn't watch this one specifically, but I did watch episodes of Clash of Champions back in the day. The one I have the most vivid memory of is the one where it was Hogan and Flair in the main event, and Hogan got jumped and smacked in the knee by the Masked Man, a la Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan.
We want to remind the fans this weekend big action at the NWA in St. Louis and Corpus Christi, Texas. Also, Kansas City, where Harley Race will make a special appearance. Also in Lubbock, Texas, a great weekend for the NWA.
Is Ric Flair in the same day as Rusev Day? Of course it is, because every day is Rusev Day. Oh, he was part of the Skyscrapers at this point? Yeah, Dan Spivey and Teddy Long. God, this stock music is so shitty. It's so bad. Yeah, we're on TV, guys. Whoa! Yeah, I don't hear... That theme music doesn't scream scary monster heel. I'm Teddy Long, yo. Well, he just threw Ranger Ross outside the ring. And up over the guardrail. Neck first. Yeah, Ranger Ross, he's not going to have a good day. Not going to have a good day. Were the Skyscrapers the NWA Twin Towers? I mean, the Twin Towers were more big fat guys. The Skyscrapers were tall guys and more athletic looking.
He's no stranger to adversity. He's very hard to intimidate. And he's firing right now on Big Sid Vicious.
DDT by Sid! What the hell? Holy crap! Bye. Powerbomb. No? What's he doing? A whirly bird! Holy shit! Sid's doing more than I expected. Now it's powerbomb time. Boom! 1, 2, 3. That didn't last long, as expected. See, that was a good squash match. That was a very good squash match. We're going to have ourselves a tag team match, playa.
What a move here. We see on the replay, Ranger Ross, this was not fair to Ross. He never had a chance, but through fair means or foul, you talk about the young stars. Sid Vicious could be the predominant young star in professional wrestling. I predict he'll be the world's heavyweight champion someday. That's how far I'm going with it. This man is an awesome force. Who can stop the Skyscrapers? Will it be the Road Warriors?
Sid versus Great Khali versus Giant Gonzalez. Oh, God, dude. That's evil. Sid could have been so much more than he was. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's like you look at the way he looks and some of the things he could do. Missy and Robin's shopping spree? I get to watch Missy Hyatt go shopping? Okay.
The rumors are still running rampant in the locker room area. We'll report on the Gary Hart situation in a few moments.
James Cornette, he looks like he's dressed for Christmas, and it's September.
A very special video feature. I understand, Jim, that you wanted to go on, but they thought better of it. Well, now that Missy Hyatt's been associated with the Steiners for some time, and Robin Green is coming to the picture, well, maybe Missy and Robin have some things to talk about, and we know they like to go shopping because that's what this feature is all about. Missy and Robin go shopping.
can't believe we're getting your own credit card to go out shopping with. I know, and the best thing is the bill goes to his house so I can buy anything I want and not worry about it. I got us this limo today so we could go shopping.
Shopping, holla! Ladies are going shopping.
So Peter, take us to the best shops, won't you?
Is this 1989 Total Divas? I guess it is. Now, do I want to, like, address the elephant in the room and say who Robin Green is? Or should I just leave that alone?
So what do you think of this, Missy? I think it's fine, but haven't you tried out everything in the store? Yeah, but I can't make up my mind. Maybe I'll just get everything. So Missy, what do you think about the dress like that? I like it, but I have to wear it and the dress would have to be flashy.
God, the audio on this is terrible. You can barely hear what they're saying. What are you saying? I can't hear you, honey. Robin Green sounds like a soccer player. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Just address the elephant in the room. Yeah, Robin Green is Nancy Benoit. Yeah. This is kind of awkward. I feel weird watching this.
Is this cash or charge, please? This will be charged.
I mean, there's a Clash of Champions towards the end, and like when we get to like I think 33 or 34, where it's Benoit versus Sullivan in a Falls Count Anywhere match. It's like, oh no, that's gonna be awkward. Ladies like to shop. Holla.
Well, looks like the old American Express might take a little bruising right there. I think Robin got the bulk of the shopping done. I don't think Missy was as loaded down as Robin was, but they picked up some items. They certainly did. Looks like
That was a boring video. Ladies like to shop. That was the point of that.
And you know something? If the Freebirds pull if the Steiners, I should say, pull this off tonight against the Freebirds, they'll join a very rare list. Only the Anderson brothers and the Briscoe brothers have ever been brother combinations to hold the World Tag Team Championship.
So it's not that uncommon.
Sully, who's standing by with the World Tag Team Champions.
The fabulous Freebirds are the World Tag Team Champions, and in just about 2.5 minutes, they will be defending those titles against the Steiners. I think you'd have to admit in your collective careers, gentlemen.
Awkward silence indeed. Yep.
There's no doubt in my mind, Mr. S. It's going to be a tough stinking match. But every stinking night we have a tough match. And the fact is this, we're still the World Tag Team Champions. Not the Road Warriors, not the Scrapers, not the Midnight Express, and it's not going to be the stinking Steiners.
The stinking Steiners. That was their original gimmick idea. They were going to actually like smell bad and annoy people.
I'm getting no respect around here.
Do you play fantasy football? I don't. I tried playing it 1 year and it drove me insane because I get like so emotionally invested into football that having to follow all the games and having guys like on my fantasy team and having to keep track of them, it drove me nuts.
You don't have to love it, but you better learn how to live with it.
World Tag Team Championship match coming up right after we pause for these messages.
Okay, the Freebirds versus the Steiners. More tag team action. If memory serves me right, she was using Rick Steiner's money because she had a feeling for it. Yes, that's exactly what was going on. Another Halloween Havoc promo. Everything's coming. Stop talking about coming, please.
It's coming. October 28th, Halloween Havoc 89.
Trying to root for your team and your fantasy team is really hard. Yeah, it is. It is for me.
Call your cable operator for availability if you dare.
Have you ever thought about making your own draft video on who you think should go where? I watched the first round of the draft. I was happy with the Giants pick. With the Giants, we got exactly the guy I wanted. I was like, oh, thank God we got that running back. I'm like, oh, because he was exactly the guy I wanted. I was scared to death they were going to draft Rosen, who, I mean, I don't disagree that we need to start thinking about getting a successor to Eli, but I don't want that guy. I don't want him because he just has behavior problem written all over him. Missy Hyatt. Where's Val Venus with all this talk of coming? Right? Odell part 2. It's like, yeah, we've got a psycho wide receiver and we'd have a psycho quarterback throwing to him. No, thank you. Don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I mean, Rosen's own coach came out and said that he's a behavior problem. And I think one of the, there was a report that one of the scouts came out and said that Rosen was, quote, grading, I think. Was it Rosen they were talking about, or was it somebody else? The quarterback class was not great this year. The Big Valboski is like a Rubik's Cube. Yeah, that was great. A lot of Val's old like pre-match promos were great. Can we get Bad Street USA, please? I can't stand this.
And I know what's on the Steiner's mind. What's on the Steiner's mind is to go into the Omni, to go into all the arenas that the NWA is coming to as the World Tag Team Champions. And like I said before, they will join a very short list. The Anderson brothers, Jack and Jerry Briscoe. Brother combinations to win the World Tag Team title.
Fans, don't forget now to join Jim Cornette and Lance Russell. You can call right now, as a matter of fact, and hear Lance and Joe Pedicino describe the action.
Darnold was the only safe bet, and even then, that's not saying much. Yeah.
Know your calling. The Wrestling Hotline. Live post-clash show tonight. Simply most interesting.
NWA Wrestling Hotline. Phone number no longer active. I love that they have to put that there on the screen. Phone number no longer active. I like to think they have somebody at WWE headquarters that specifically goes through all this old footage and edits over, like, the theme songs and, like, the phone numbers.
Two beautiful ladies right there, Robin and Missy. Collar and elbow tie-up. It's going to be Michael Hayes starting out against Scott.
Yeah, I'd like to call the number 2 just as a lark, but they completely blocked out the number, so. There's Scotty. There's my boy, Scott Steiner. Drop down. Arm drag by Scotty. Another arm drag by Scotty. Roll up. Can't quite go through. Oh, shot to the face. Brian Alvarez once said that the old Figure 4 hotline from the late 90s has turned into a sex hotline. I believe it. Speaking of footage, I wonder what's really in the do not watch portion of the library. That'd be interesting. Clothesline. Clothesline. I'm sorry, Steiner line. Waistlock takedown, shoulder tackle by Scott. God, Scott's fast. Like young Scott Steiner, he was really fast. Arm bar. Fujiwara, arm bar. Yeah, Owens fall, draws his injury, and who else? Yeah, I remember Draws' injury, like that happened on a SmackDown, and they had to plug in like a Sunday Night Heat match where that match was because obviously they didn't want to air it.
I feel it in my bones. I really do. That this is the night, the half
Half crab. The dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner. Love him too.
He may even be eccentric, but he's a 26-year-old. He's been wrestling since the 8th grade like his brother Scott, but he's been a pro for 4 years. Has the edge.
Hold 7-12, armbar. Hold 7-13, the Medusa lock. Steiner line. Hoo, hoo, hoo. White junkyard dog. That's Rick Steiner. What's Rick Steiner up to these days? I don't know. I'm retired, I assume. What's in the do not watch section? The most dangerous thing to one's health, WrestleMania 11. WrestleMania 11 is dangerous to your health. That show is abysmal.
Himself to be a dancer. Well, he may dance on in the Carolina Coliseum without the World Tag Team Championship. If the Steiners have anything to do with it, they've got all the moral support on the outside in the form of Missy Hyatt, the First Lady, and Robin Green. And right now, they're not only intimidating.
JYD versus Rick Steiner in a dog collar match. That'd be interesting. I actually tried watching Mania 11 last year and fell asleep. You're a better man than me. I wish I'd fallen asleep the last time I tried to watch it. Power slam by Rick. Another power slam. Garvin shouldn't have tried that at all. True. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Irish whip into the corner. Steiner line. Oh, man. I was only 1 year old when Mania 11 happened. What was it like paying $30, $40 for it? Well, I was 10 years old at the time, so my parents paid for it. God bless them. Yeah, it was. I think they were like 30 back then, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, misses. He charged into the corner and missed. Michael Hayes needs to get a tag. There you go. Now the Freebirds with some double teaming. DDT by Garvin. Scotty Steiner, one of the planned winners of the 1993 Royal Rumble. Remember before the network happened and pay-per-views were like, oh God, pay-per-view prices were getting ridiculous. Like when I saw like WrestleMania in HD was like $75 at one point, I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys. Come on. Like the WWE network, if you think about it, it's like one of the greatest values in all of entertainment. You look at everything that you get, the pay-per-view archive, the show archives, and then you get all the pay-per-views once a month. It's like, it's the greatest value in entertainment. You get all of that for $10 a month. That's, if you're a wrestling fan, you can't beat that. Imagine paying for Battleground 2017 for like $60. Oh God. You want to talk about a way? Try to imagine like paying for the SmackDown 04 pay-per-views and paying full price for those. Good Lord. Oh, Rick Steiner's hurt. Oh, clothesline. Oh. Oh, another shot. I actually did pay for Judgment Day 04 back when it happened. I mean, that was a terrible show. The main event was great. I love the main event of that show, but the rest of the card was garbage. Steiner fights out. Come on, Rick. Steiner, vertical. No. Slingshot suplex. So you wouldn't want to pay money to see the Concrete Crit match? No, I wouldn't. Not at all. God, that match was terrible. That match doesn't have the reputation it should for being one of the worst matches ever. Like, to me, that thing should be mentioned in the same breath as the Chamber of Horrors. Frankensteiner! Double Steiner line! Scott Steiner! Scott Steiner's so awesome. Power slam! 1, 2, no. Rick Steiner jumps in. DDT! 1, 2. Oh, the Freebirds win it. Boo! That's why he's world famous. Yep. Which would you rather see, Prime HBK versus Okada or Kenny Omega versus Prime HBK? Why not both? I'd like to see both of those. Especially like heel Sean against Okada. Like, that would be great. And heel Sean versus Omega, that would also be great.
He got trapped and people are saying,
oh,
was she meaning Missy Hyatt or she meaning Robin Green? Well, I think Scott was pointing at Robin, but
the camera missed it. Like, one of the girls tripped up Scott Steiner.
well, fans, we'll get another camera angle, and fans, we'll be back. One more of the Clash of Champions. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Get another camera angle. Will Brian be flying over the cuckoo's nest? What? What is Brian Pillman facing, like Norman the Lunatic or something?
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do a lot of chaos here and confusion. We're going to take another look. I understand we have one more camera angle to look at. Maybe we can find out something conclusive here. Here it is, Corny. Take a look.
I don't know. I'll give you.
He got tripped, but who did it?
Somebody said that she did it. Now, Rick Steiner was pointing his finger at Missy Hyatt, but at the same point, Scott was pointing at Robin Green. So it's very inconclusive. We'll look at the rest of
the whole point of the story is that women are nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Yeah, Stunning Steve Austin's not here yet. He comes in like early 90s, I think, like 91, 92. I can't wait until we get into there's one Clash of Champions where the main event is the Horsemen versus the Hollywood Blondes. Fantastic match. I can't wait to relive that one. Oh my God, it is Norman the Lunatic. Who came first, Stunning Steve Austin or Terrorizing? I'm not sure. It's a good question. I can't remember. Hollywood Blondes versus Revival. That'd be a hell of a match. Like, the Revival would have fit in this era perfectly. More than any other team today. Like, they would have fit in, like perfectly. It's like, oh, God, you guys are around 30 years too late. Because you would have been great. Flying Brian coming out with a bunch of cheerleaders. Okay. Norman the Lunatic attacks him before the bell. Drop kick. Norman goes down. Drop kick. Norman goes down. Suplex. He suplexed Norman. Wow. Slingshot clothesline. Springboard clothesline. Sorry. Flying Brian. Off the top outside the ring. Norman almost didn't catch him. Oh, squashed in the corner. Took his eye off the ball there, didn't you, Brian? Oh, pushed him up. Does Norman stay in the Uso Penitentiary? Maybe. I don't know. More like the Uso Asylum, maybe. Oh, Norman going up top. Goes to the middle rope. Big splash. Oh, he hit it. 1, 2. Brian kicked out. Oh! Squashed him outside the ring. Oh! Norman crashed and burned, hit the ring post. That's Gary Michael Capetta to you, buddy. Oh. The Ambrose Asylum, yeah. Flying drop kick by Brian. Body slam Norman the Lunatic. Back body. Damn, he's like slamming the fat guy all over the place. Oh, Norman caught him that time. Oh, world's strongest slam. No, flying Brian kicked out. Clothesline. Did you see the gun segment live in '96? I did. That was crazy. I think it's one of the best things they ever filmed, to be perfectly honest. It was nuts. Flying Brian with a crucifix roll up. 1, 2, 3. He got him. That was a fun match. Short and sweet. Flying Brian. Fun match. Yeah, that was an enjoyable match. Yeah, that's a Dario Cueto size key right there. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I've been able to pinpoint part of the problem, I believe, and it is concerning Terry Funk, Mr. Hart.
Look, you've called me back here the second time, man. You know I've got all kind of things going on. I've got one of the biggest matches in my career ever to take place. If you don't believe Funk's in the building when this is true, come with me. He's in the building.
Well, all right, that's fair enough. I will check that out. That's for doggone sure.
Do you like Majora's Mask? I do. I like it. It's a good game.
Now we're going to pause for these important messages. Stay tuned.
I mean, I like most of the major Legend of Zelda titles, but that was a good one. Fall Brawl action. It's awfully generic. The Varsity Club. Captain Mike Rotunda. He's been upgraded to captain. Okay, stupid dance is over. Dr. Death, Steve Williams.
Call 1-900-909-9900. Joe Tennessino and Lance Russell are on right now live. Jim Cornette will join Lance for our live
Clothesline. Dr. Death in control. He just raised the roof. Oh, he was signaling Gorilla Press. Okay. Oh, he's doing. Oh, he's like pressing him up and down. Oh, down he goes. Shoulder tackle by Dr. Death. Oh, clothesline by Rotunda.
That's 15 yards in college football. It's legal in the NWA. And Williams tossed outside to the floor. You talk about the great athletic backgrounds in the NWA. The parallels between these guys are amazing. Dr. Death, a starting heavyweight wrestler in Oklahoma, a starting offensive guard in Oklahoma. Mike Rotunda, a starting defensive tackle at Syracuse, and a starting heavyweight wrestler at Syracuse. Mike Rotunda, two-time national semifinalist at the ages of 9 and 13 in the old NFL blood pass and kick competition. But Dr. Death, what credentials? He was the most recruited high school lineman in football. Four-time All-American.
Did Warrior do that raise the roof thing? Yeah, a couple of times. If you like to feel old with video games, go follow On This Day in Gaming. All right, I might check that out. Come on. Come on, Dr. Death. Abdominal stretch. He's in the ropes, ref. He's in the ropes. How do you not see that? Come on, buddy. This is an interesting way. He's got that locked on a little differently. Dr. Death, is he going to break it? Nope. Rotunda's cheating. Oh, now the ref sees it. Well, being a tax man, you know, you'd think he'd be a little bit more willing to follow the rules. No sunset flip. No, none for you, Doctor. Oh, he got it. He got it. 1, 2. Oh, almost. What a maneuver. Wait, wrong show. Wrong show. Is this ref from the NFL? I have no idea. Elbow drop.
And speaking of Halloween, on Saturday night, October the 28th, in Philadelphia.
Whatever happened to Dr. Death after the Brawl for All? Well, the Brawl for All basically ruined his chances in WWE. That was a huge mistake. And again, the biggest problem with the Brawl for All was that the matches were a shoot, and if it's a shoot, anything can happen. So I don't know why they just assumed that Dr. Death would win. I mean, that's just so stupid because it's a shoot. Anything can happen in a shoot. After that, he was pretty much like, he never had like any significant runs. He did go to WCW briefly and was paired up with the Oklahoman character, which, great. What went wrong? The Brawl for All. Ugh. Ugh. The Brawl for All was so dumb. Oh, drop down. That's one way to get out of a chin lock. Elbow drop, but misses. 1, 2, no. Rotunda got that headlock. What is Rotunda's like reaching into his knee pad? Like, what is he doing? Oh, thumb to the eye. Oh, he's throwing blind punches now. Body slam by Rotunda. Another body slam by Rotunda. Climbing to the top. What's going to happen? Dr. Death catches him, and he's going to chuck him halfway across the ring. Oh, yep. That was a rough landing. All right, Dr. Death, mount the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, misses. Misses in the corner. Oh, wow. Rotunda went for a flying clothesline. Just Dr. Death ducked, and Rotunda just went soaring out of the ring. FT Legend, welcome to the stream. Has Goldust held on too long? 2, 3, we got a roll up. Dr. Death wins it. That was a fun match. That was another good one. Goldust held on too long. He's in good enough shape. Like, Dustin still looks good in there, and he's largely just used to put people over. So, I mean, I can't be mad at that. It's like he's doing what he's there to just make other guys look good, and he looks good himself. So, they're not doing anything that great with him, but you know. Oh, Rotunda. Rotunda is not happy. Oh, Dr. Death is pissed.
In just a matter of about 3 minutes, we're going to be seeing the United States Heavyweight Wrestling Champion Lex Luger defending his title against the challenger Tommy Wildfire Rich. Any comments, Lex?
No, going so this truly is a showcase event. the largest live wrestling viewing audience in professional wrestling history. In every showcase event, Gordon, there's a showpiece. And make no doubt about it. There was one showpiece in NWA.
Yes, Golden Truth was awful. Yes, I do concede that. Golden Truth was terrible.
Who trains the premier wrestler in our sport today. A man who was on a plane by himself in this sport today, undisputably. Lex Luger transcends just being U.S. heavyweight champion. He transcends the sport itself. Lex Luger is bigger than wrestling itself. Lex Luger is the greatest athlete to grace the ring that has ever come along. And Jordan, tonight, in front of millions of viewers, Lex Luger gets to showcase why he is just what I've explained. Because the total package Lex Luger has the combination. They call me the total package Gordon Silver because I have $1 million body
And a 10-cent brain.
Multi-million-dollar intellect.
Oh.
And you combine those with the desire and the capacity to win at any cost. The total package Lex Luger is unbeatable.
Lex Luger?
Well, thank you so very much. If confidence is a
Lex
factor,
Luger?
this man is certainly out to win tonight. We'll be back after this message.
All right, so we got U.S. champion Lex Luger taking on Tommy Rich up next. Then I believe after that it's the main event, the tag team main event that I'm super excited for. These Halloween Havoc promos are so awkward. I'm sorry, they're just so awkward. I mean, granted, it's Halloween Havoc, so, you know, I guess creepy is a good way to go if you're promoting a Halloween event. Who would win, Nakamura or Aleister Black? I don't know. They should do the match. Tommy Rich. Yeah, Luger's going to kill that kid. Demon Balor, Aleister Black, and Bray Wyatt would fit in great with Halloween Havoc. Oh, yeah, they've got a lot of kooky characters that could fill out a Halloween Havoc card. Bring the Boogeyman back.
And ladies and gentlemen, from Chicago, Illinois, he weighs 270
Lex Luger with a robe. Look at that. Is Tommy Rich related to Richie Rich? I doubt it.
Fans, this is the Clash of Champions 8, the Brawl. You're watching TBS, the Superstation, and TBS, the Total Package, is making its way into the ring to defend the coveted United States Heavyweight Championship.
God, this music is. I keep harping on the music, but it's so bad.
You heard the introduction, you heard the ovation.
Wasn't Luger a horseman at one point? Yup. I believe he was. I'm pretty sure he was.
I've got to think that the difference in personalities in these men is much a newsmaker as the
My favorite horseman of all time, though, was Steve Mongo McMichael. I mean, that guy embodied everything that the Four Horsemen were all about.
Illinois, the big city, was born of a well-to-do family. It's a different work ethic with Tommy Rich and Lex Luger. It's a different style with Tommy Rich and Lex Luger. You heard Luger say he's bigger than the sport itself. I don't believe that, except if you're talking about his head, because Tommy Rich has more in his background in professional wrestling to brag about than Lex Luger so far. For all the potential, for all the tools that Luger possesses, Tommy Rich has been there. He turned pro at the age of 17 in his home state of Tennessee. He was winning regional titles when he was 18.
Did you watch Mongo in the NFL? What did you think of him then? He was a little before my time. I was very young when he played, so I don't really remember watching him all that much.
He was the second youngest NWA World Heavyweight Champion ever. But Tommy doesn't brag about those things because Tommy's not that kind of guy. It's almost like it's blue jeans and cowboy boots versus custom-made Italian suits in this one. Collar and elbow tie-up. Rich at 238 has got to get the big man off his feet in this one. For Tommy Rich to win the title here, he's got
Tommy Rich fighting through.
he'll fight you. He's got a quick temper. I don't think this is a
Oh, back body drop. Luger goes flying. Body slam. Luger goes down. I will say this, like Luger, I really liked him as U.S. champion during this time. I thought he had a really good run. He had did some really good stuff with the U.S. title. Who was your favorite NFL player as a kid? Good question. I mean, when I started, like, the stuff I remember watching, I liked LT and Phil Simms, but I was also, like, really, really young, and they were getting close to retiring. But I guess LT. Like, when I first started watching, LT was my guy. Oh, shoulder tackle. Lex Luger showing off that power. You can hear the cheers for Luger. He's supposed to be a heel at this point.
We'll have more on that with Gary and Gordon. Gordon is really working hard in the locker room area to really get to the bottom of this situation. As a matter of fact, Gordon, he made the comment on WNN News that Gary Hart would have a master plan. And something's afloat here, James. I'll tell you what, knowing Gary Hart as I do, that he's got more experience than any manager in wrestling.
Down he goes. Leapfrog by Luger. Clothesline. Clothesline. And Rich gets the shot in. Always a fan of Luger, never understood the hate. I think part of that is the WCW stink. Like, a lot of guys from WCW just got no respect. So, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Flying, okay. Crossbody by Rich. Arm drag by Rich. Oh, Luger misses in the corner. Roll up by Rich. 1, 2, no. Another inside cradle. No. Luger kicks out again. Arm drag by Rich. Did you ever watch Goldberg on the Falcons as a kid? I did. I remember, I mean, I was watching at the time, so I would have had to watch him. I don't remember him doing anything that great that stood out, though. All right, Luger forces him in the corner. A couple of shots in. Back body drop. Drop kick by Rich. Oh, but Luger flipped him off. Not like flipped him off, but like threw off the drop kick. What went wrong? Patrick's Crazy Places channel. I don't think I'm significant enough to warrant any kind of video documentation on what went wrong with me. The rise and fall of my YouTube channel is not kind of a footnote in the history of YouTube.
international event, and you're seeing it live right here. This is the Clash of Champions 8.
What would you have said if someone told you that Goldberg would be one of your favorite things in WCW when he was playing for the Falcons? I would have I wouldn't know what to think. It's like, that guy's going to be a wrestling superstar? Okay, cool. I like wrestling. That would have been my thought. Sunset flip by Rich. 1, 2, no. Clothesline, and Luger goes flying out of the ring. Suplex time. Ooh. 1, 2, no. Kind of got a little sloppy there on that suplex force over. Sidewalk slam by Luger. Two. Rich barely kicks out. Barely. Power slam by Luger. What did you think of the Lex Express? At the time, it was like, oh, they're just repeating Hogan, basically. And even as a kid, I thought, oh, he's like Hogan, but not.
You know what this means, Jim? I believe he's trying to set him up for a superplex. Right hand, right below the heart of Tommy Rich.
How to be a star in WWE? Fail at American football. That's a good line. Superplex. Luger hits it. And Rich is down. 1, 2. Rich still kicks out. Lex Express worked fine at first, then SummerSlam happened and it was dead. Oh, you mean where he celebrated a count-out victory even though he'd never get another title shot? You mean that? One of the weirdest endings to a pay-per-view ever. Luger with a flying splash, but he misses. Lex Luger sucked. He never had a good match. Never. Never, ever. Never did. Elbow smash by Rich. Rich is making a comeback. No wonder Roman was forced so hard. He was a football failure too. Tommy Rich comes off the top with a fist drop. 1, 2, no. Luger kicks out. Yeah, no, he had no important moments either. Never. No, Luger never did anything of worth. 2. Luger gets his foot on the rope. Oh, Rich. Luger ducked and Rich punched the ring post. Oh, he hurt his hand. Yep. Sleeper hold, but they're in the ropes. Oh, Luger dropped him over the top. Oh, Rich, big mistake. 2, 3, he got him. Big mistake by Tommy Rich. Good match. I enjoyed that. That was a good, solid match. Oh, Rich is still fighting. Yeah, I will be right back. I want to make some popcorn real quick.
Luger used his weight, sucked out the apron, dropped his throat right across the top rope, and then literally fell, stumbling backwards through the ropes. On to Tommy Rich. What a valiant fight. I hate to see him lose it. Gordon Soley is still standing by now with, I understand, with Gary Hart. And then let's go back to Gordon Soley and Gary Hart.
Thank you, Jim. I think now we're going to get to the bottom of the situation with Gary Hart.
All night you've been following me around, Mr. Inside Edition, trying to find out what the gossip is. Now,
You know, Gary, if you don't want him to ask you questions, just don't go on his interview show.
No. I have a certified letter from a doctor in Alexandria, Louisiana, who performed the operation on Terry Funk, as you well know, was in the building, and the film that you'll see is self-explanatory.
All right, I understand he's delivered a tape to the engineers. Let's take a look.
Simple-minded people have your nerve
Terry Funk is in the hospital.
to gloat at me in pain. This is what Ric Flair did to me when he...
Who will be the Hulk Hogan of this generation, as in Hogan put wrestling on the map, and who will put wrestling back on the map, if anyone? I have no earthly idea. Retro Kid 64, welcome to the stream.
Oh, does that sound funny to you people?
Oh, I'm Terry Funk, and I broke my arm.
I'm going to enjoy Tuesday night's clash because I am going to be there if I have to crawl out of the Lady of the Lake.
Crawl out of the Lady of the Lake.
Crawl all the way.
He's gonna crawl out of the Lady of the Lake.
Don't change your dial off of WTBS.
WTBS?
Because you're going to see Terry Funk get Rick.
Do you like cheddar popcorn? Yeah, it's fine.
I promise you that, damn it.
Damn it. I had to throw in a curse word at the very end. I don't know if you can hear that, but the popcorn's popping in the background. Is the Lady of the Lake at the Lake of Reincarnation? It makes you wonder if the Lake of Reincarnation is where, like, the Arthurian legend took place.
Gordon, I'm not surprised at all. Sting and I signed a contract with this match a month ago. We knew where we were in this sport, and we know where we are tonight. And Terry Funk, I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you're a hurt man. You're dying inside, pal. You cannot stand the fact that you went to the hospital, you took a trip. It wasn't me, it wasn't Sting. You got an arm wrapped in a cement cast, not me. You're here tonight. That's
What went wrong? Mania 16 ending. Oh, God. That's... Ugh.
and
Ugh.
one time, pal. And if you're in this building, we don't care who our partner is. You got an open invitation to walk that out, pal. Because the Stinger, woo, and the Nature Boy are in Columbia, South Carolina, live and ready to fight.
It's gonna be history, Nature Boy. I can feel it just like Clash of the Champions #1 when we were standing just like this. Only difference is now we're standing like this.
We're buddies now, Rick. We're buddies. You're totally not going to betray me 45 times.
In the building somewhere, it doesn't matter where you are, because wherever you are, I know that heart's going ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Muta, you're the same way. You're in walking distance now, Funk. You show up in the ring and, woo, the Nature Boy, the Stinger. History once again.
Which was worse, the Mania 9 ending or the Mania 16 ending? Mania 9. Mania 9, because that was just ridiculous.
The Sting, woo, and the Nature Boy are on top of their game, right?
Woo! We're crazy. We're insane. We yell and scream.
Wrestling fans, the following contest,
Main event time.
Superstation Spectacular, is a special tag team attraction. It is set for one fall to a finish.
What did you think of the Mania 9 ending when I first saw it? I was young when I first saw it, and I was kind of like shocked by it. It was like, oh my God, Hogan won the title, and it wasn't even advertised. But I was like, oh my God, we're going to get Bret Hogan out of it. That's cool. We never got Bret Hogan out of it, and I've always been resentful of that.
His tag team partner from the land of the rising sun,
Dick Slater and the Great Muta.
and world television champion, the Great Muta.
who will be the partner of the great Muta, Dick Slater, and fans.
Always remember, Hogan must pose. Hogan must pose.
Of Ric Flair and Sting right after this very brief timeout.
Save your popcorn eating for the Avengers in case you haven't seen it, if you haven't already seen it. I have not seen Avengers yet, but I had the ending spoiled for me. So, yeah, some people are assholes. So, yeah, I know the ending, but I haven't seen Avengers yet. I'm seeing it tomorrow. Dun dun! Oh, Sting coming out with the ladies too. Flair and Sting coming out with the women. It pays to be friends with Ric Flair. Oh, no spoilers. I'm not spoiling anything. Don't worry, I don't do that. I'm not a dick. Everyone's got to go home with someone. Yep, true enough. 80s wrestling reminds me of Star Wars because of how cringe it is. Oh, 80s wrestling is great. Star Wars is great. What are you talking about?
Some days ago was taped. It was taped. Electronic Funk is in this facility somewhere. So he claims with Gary Hart, you can
Is Funk going to show up, you guys?
I would tend to believe that Terry Funk would not turn down an opportunity, not pass up a chance. Great minute spraying the red.
Starting off with Sting versus Muta. I mean, the in-ring stuff, compared to today, 80s looks so fake. Well, I think today's wrestling looks extremely choreographed. So, I mean, there are certain things in, like, 80s wrestling that look extremely fake, but, like, today's wrestling looks like a dance routine a lot of the times. Great Muta in his prime versus Demon Balor. That'd be cool. Here we go, Sting and Muta. Nope. Close on by Sting. There you go. Only best friends lend you their high-end hookers for your entrance. Yep. Woo!
Do they respect him for coming to the top of the NWA and being one of their people? Or are they down on him because he's aligned himself with a man like Gary Hart? I wonder how they're feeling right now in Japan. Jimmy Suzuki, just like you're talking, he'd be a good person to answer that question as well. Side headlock by the great Muta. Sting shoots him off to the rope.
Come on, Sting. Arm drag by Sting. What the hell is a power arm drag, JR? What's that? Did Slater just slip? What happened there?
Slater, one would not think. I don't think Gary Hart cares about the welfare of anybody. And I think Gary Hart figures that Dick Slater is
Would you say that Gary Hart has no heart?
Dick Slater's own business. That's the difference between me and Hart. I got loyalty to my man. Muta going downstairs on the stairs.
Who still does an arm drag? And you know, it's weird. Like, arm drag is one of those moves I used to see all the time. I don't see it so much anymore. When I was on my high school wrestling team, we were taught a power half Nelson. I mean, that, yeah, but that sounds legitimate. Like, I don't know what, like, what's a power arm drag as compared to like a regular arm drag? Speaking of slips, did you see Titus O'Neil's? Oh, I did. It was hilarious. That was funny. Somewhere Fred Ottman's going, oh, thank God they're not talking about me for once. The Nature Boy. Muta tags in Slater. Now we got Dick Slater versus Ric Flair. Rick and Dick. I'm sure Jericho, if anybody does a power arm bar or power arm drag, it's Chris Jericho. He said it was planned. Titus said that slip was planned. Sure it was. Sure it was. I believe you, Titus. Oh. Slater stuck in the corner. Doing the 93 Shawn Michaels corner spot almost.
I think what you say, safely said, he's dominated the sport. He is a trendsetter in our sport, the most aggressive world champion in history. He's defended his title against every challenger for all these years.
Flair flips up, takes a shot at Muta. Flair goes to the top rope. He hit a top rope move. Elbow off the top. There you go, Rick. Oh, Muta takes him down with a kick. Oh, God, Muta. They're all brawling outside the ring now. Let me put it this way. If Titus's slip was planned, he wouldn't have come out and said it was planned. Because he would have played up to it and made it part of the bit. And try and, like, keep kayfabe a little bit.
For a short time, but Ric Flair, unbeknownst to some people today, because he's dominated the singles title for so long, has been a world heavyweight champion on several occasions. But Gary Hart has the branding hour. Gary Hart has Terry Funk's branding hour, and I didn't see one a few minutes ago. Well, that's awfully strange. I did not see, unless Gary Hart's some kind of magician, I did not see Gary Hart with the branding hour of Terry Funk a few minutes ago. Well, where the branding hour is, Funk is not far behind. As Flair continues, the physical onslaught, now blowing that broken arm up.
We'll be seeing that slip and Ginger's phantom bump on Botchamania anytime now. Oh, next episode, it'll be there without a doubt. It's so funny because that Ginger spot was hilarious to me. I was like, did he really just do that? And then the Titus thing happened. It's like, oh my God, it's almost like people forgot about Ginger.
say stole that title from Sting with the help of Gary Hart.
Dick Slater goes into the babyface's corner. Sting and Flair. Sting and Flair work well together.
Slater, like we say, a street fighter. He's a veteran. He can also wrestle, but he likes to play it dirty. He hasn't used that cast as of yet. He hasn't had the chance, but you can bet the first time he does get the chance.
Suplex by Sting. What went wrong? In your house, beware of dog. God. That's what went wrong with that show. The wrath of God. Look at Sting go. Yeah, Stinger. Sting with a gorilla press. Muta goes up and down. Woo! Knee drop by Rick. What was worse, Beware of Dog or Halloween Havoc 98? Halloween Havoc was more inexcusable because Beware of Dog, that was like a freak thing. And it's like, how do you prepare for that? Halloween Havoc, it's like, guys, you didn't realize the show was going long? Come on. Ooh, nice cartwheel. Into the elbow by Great Muta. I love watching Muta. Muta's so awesome. Come on, Flair. Come on, Rick. Swinging neckbreaker by Slater. Great call by Jim Cornette there, like reminding people that, oh yeah, Flair's an injured neck. Oh, there we go. Oh! Spinning kick by Muta. I guess I was one of the lucky ones. My stream did not cut out during the main event of Halloween Havoc 98. Yeah, you are one of the lucky ones. Chop by Rick. Oh, snapmare. Muta with an elbow. How would you react to seeing Ric Flair do a figure eight? I'd be shocked. It was like, oh, Charlotte didn't create the move. Flair gets the tag. Here comes Sting.
Sting is in the wrong part of town right here. He's in a dangerous corner. Tag made and Sting's not aware, I don't think. Oh, Muta's guessing. He's trying to fight out of the corner.
I guess I'm not one of the lucky ones whose stream didn't cut out during the main event at WrestleMania 34. Yeah, we all would have wanted to miss that one, right? It's like, oh God, please save us. Cut the stream. Stop the show. We're good. Up, Stinger Splash on Muta. Stinger Splash. Here we go. Scorpion Deathlock. He got it. But the referee is... Oh, Gary Hart just hit Sting with something. He just hit him with a roll of coins? That's interesting. Which was worse, the main event to Mania 34 or the cage match from yesterday? Mania 34. That one was more disastrous. Sting kicked out. Pile driver. Oh, no, power bomb by Muta. 1, 2, no. Sting will not stay down. Slater's in there. Dick Slater has Sting outside. Body slam. Go on, Flair, go help your partner. Here comes Flair. He grabs Muta. Sting just broke the sleeper. Oh, they collide. Sting and Slater are down. Sting back body drops out of the pile driver. Flair's in there now. Chop. Down goes. Flair grabs Muta. Into the corner. Chop. Chop. Drop kick by Sting. Referee's lost control of this one. Oh! Muta just missed it, Sting. Oh, low blow by Muta. Oh, he tried to. Okay, he didn't get it. Back suplex by Flair. But, oh! Flair was going for the figure four, but Slater broke it up. Oh, Flair's bleeding. The referee just took a bump. Sting can't see. Flair's bloodied. Ref down. Heels are beating the crap out of Flair. And there's Terry Funk. Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay, Terry Funk is wrapping a plastic bag around Flair's head. That is some crazy shit right there. Attempted murder on a wrestling show. Oh my God. Sting's back in there. Oh, God. Now they just hit Sting in the leg with the branding iron. Bent it in half. Okay, so we got attempted murder. Assault with a deadly weapon. Oh, you can't go to commercial break now. I want to know if Flair and Sting are okay. God.
They have given Ric Flair mouth-to-mouth resuscitation from that plastic bag that was over his head. We don't have a great deal of time for it. This is so tragic right here. Jim, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen happen. Flair was down on the ground from that plastic bag attacked by Terry Funk. Brian Pillman was the first one to his side. He tried to administer some aid. I believe he gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. The paramedics have been called. They have got the inhalator now on Ric Flair.
Are they trying to play this up like Flair's dead? Like Flair's dying?
Remember, we'll have that live as soon as we go off the air. We'll keep you apprised of this, so be sure to call that number. And we'll have a full report, of course, this Saturday night, 6:05 on the Superstation on World Championship Wrestling. This is so tragic right here. I saw that inhalator going over Flair's mouth earlier.
Oh, man. What a dark ending to a show. They're rolling the end credits over this. This is so dark. So Sting is blinded and, you know, left with possibly a broken leg, and Flair, like, is barely clinging to life. Good God, that was an intense ending right there. Wow. So that was Clash of Champions 8. Okay. Yeah, we are done with Clash of Champions 8. I really liked that show. I thought that was a good show. I liked most of the matches, everything. It had like a nice brisk pace. Nothing went too long and nothing was bad. It was just everything served a point, and got a few solid matches out of it. And overall, I thought it was a really entertaining show. And then that ending, I mean, that main event was wild. And then we got that ending, which was dark as hell. That was like, oh God, that was sick. But yeah, enjoyable show, I thought. How's everybody doing? WWE would never try that kind of ending today. No. Oh, God, no. Because it's like, that's too imitatable. Like, they would do something like somebody like the Roman Braun Strowman bit, because it's like, what kid is going to jump in a car and ram into an ambulance, you know? But they would totally, like, the whole, like, putting a plastic bag over somebody's head, they would never do that today. No way on earth. Okay. Sending out a tweet. Yeah. Yeah, Roman Reigns attempts vehicular homicide, and we're supposed to cheer him, right? Of course. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that, I think we can just go right into Saturday night's main event. What do you say? Okay, this will be the first episode of 1987. Okay, Saturday night's main event, January 1987. Hulk Hogan defends the WWE title against Paul Orndorff in a steel cage match. Randy Savage battles George Steele, Roddy Piper, and much more. Sting just tweeted a cool picture. All right, let me take a look-see. See, you tweeted it to me. I haven't seen. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Sporting the, that's the surfer look right there. The man called Sting. The man called Sting. Sting's a cool dude. All us people born on March 20th, you know, we're all cool people. So, yeah, this episode of Saturday night's main event, this Hogan-Orndorff match, which opens up the show, actually, is probably the biggest match in Saturday night's main event history. So I'm really excited to relive that. Whoa, what happened? Watch from beginning. Yeah, apparently I already watched it. Nah.
Hulk Hogan, you've got nowhere left to go. You've got nowhere left to run. And now you got nowhere left to hide. Hulkamania dies tonight.
Man.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, Mr. Wonderful. I like that idea, man. The Supreme Court of Professional Wrestling, the cage, man. Let it be the judge. And if a mere mortal man like Hulk Hogan goes down, let it be. Hulkamania, Mr. Wonderful.
Roddy Piper, do you remember when you did this to Adrian Adonis?
Ooh.
Tonight I'm back, and it's payback time for a dog lady. Happy New Year, Roddy.
How's it feel knowing that a large portion of the wrestlers you are watching are no longer with us? It's sad.
Surprise! Surprise! Surprise!
George Steele has a surprise.
The king of wrestling.
Hi, Harley. God, it's so weird seeing Harley race in WWE.
Other man will learn to bow to me in servitude.
Harley Race, you want the dog to bow down to you? The dog don't bow down to no one.
A lot of WrestleMania 3 feuds being built up for this one. Piper versus Adonis, JYD versus Race. Did you know that Kenny Omega trained with Harley Race? I did not know that. Yep, the steel cage is already up. We're starting off with Hogan versus Orndorff.
Along with the new and somewhat improved Jesse the Body Ventura, it is no question we're starting the new year off right with the World Wrestling Federation title matchup. That's right, McMahon, but this title matchup will take place inside a steel cage where your champion, Hulk Hogan, will no longer be able to run from Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. And I am making a New Year's prediction. You can go to the bank with this. There will be a new World Heavyweight Champion tonight.
You say that every time Hogan defends the belt, Jesse. I hope this that the matches were taped in this order. I'm pretty sure they were taped in the order that they aired.
That's right. Only one man will walk out of the cage, and that one man is not going to be your blonde-haired buddy, Hogan. Let me tell you this. Bobby Heenan is glad he's here in Hartford. He has taken out an insurance policy, an expensive one, on Mr. Wonderful's new championship belt.
As a matter of fact, let's take you back down to me, Gene Okerlund, along with Pocket the Brain Heenan and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
All right, Bobby Heenan, I'm very curious. Have you purchased championship belt insurance?
You bet I have.
You know, since your man, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, refuses...
Jim Cornette once compared Kenny Omega to the Ultimate Warrior. He said that they were overrated and have terrible fundamentals. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's
Wait. What do you mean?
that's fine.
He didn't betray anybody. All he did was wrestle Hulk Hogan in Cleveland. He beat that man, he left him laying. And tonight, when he's done with Hogan, he's going to be left like an old newspaper, grinding the bottom of a birdcage.
Jeez.
Thank you very much.
Cage match time.
It's building up to one they've been talking about for a long time. Hulk Hogan to meet and defend against challenger Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Back to you.
Are they saying championship belt? I know, right? It's crazy. Yeah, I remember, like, Orndorff kept coming out to Real American just to fuck with Hogan. Who's a bigger threat to WWE, TNA or ECW? TNA, because they acted completely outside of WWE. Like, ECW was getting money from Vince. Like, they were never a threat to Vince because Vince was, like, helping to fund them. Danny Davis.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff testing his strength in the steel cage right now. BG is back with the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Hulk Hogan, World Heavyweight Champ. It has been a long and winding road, as the Beatles put it so aptly in song, that leads you to this steel cage match. Your comments?
Well, me, Gene, it has been a long road, brother, but I can promise you...
Brother.
Stop here, man. All those Hulkamaniacs, they're ready for a new start in a new year, and this steel cage is a dead end for Mr. Wonderful.
All right, as we head into 1987, Hulk, last year you established yourself as the finest practitioner ever in steel cage competition. Why didn't you settle this feud with Orndorff earlier?
Me, Gene, the steel cage is the most brutal arena of human competition. It is the last resort, man.
I've heard that Mr. Wonderful was a backup plan in case Andre couldn't do the Mania 3 match. I heard Orndorff was injured and needed surgery through most of the Hogan feud, but he refused to have the surgery because it's like, dude, I can't. I have to be able to work this program with Hogan because it's like, this is the hottest run of my career. Which is why Orndorff wasn't at WrestleMania 3. Because it's like he wrapped up with Hogan and then like, all right, time to go get that surgery. I am a real American.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think Mr. Wonderful is going to have to steal anything that can, because nothing can be stolen inside a steel cage, man. There will definitely be a clear-cut winner.
And champion Hulk Hogan entering the ring, I believe, the way he just might exit over the top rope, only 2 ways out, after over the top rope or through the door. And the champion whipping away.
There's that shot of Hogan standing at the corner of the cage, ripping the shirt off. It was cool when he did it at WrestleMania 2, and it's cool here.
I think you'll see plenty in the way of strength from the champion Hogan, and perhaps from the challenger Orndorff as well.
Watch WWE bring Hogan back to endorse Roman. They would do that. And Orndorff starts it off. Hogan still has the belt on. And Orndorff is whipping Hogan with the belt now. Throws the championship belt into the corner.
Mr. Wonderful has started the match off quick. He could be going for a quick one right here. He's going for the door. He's going for the door. They'll be there. Paul Orndorff trying to get out. Hogan hanging on to the ankle. Now remember, just no holds barred in the steel cage. That's right, McMahon, and you can either go out the door or over the top of the cage.
Oh, man.
Either way out, first man's feet touch the floor outside the ring. It's the new world.
Do you like escape rules or pinfall rules more in a cage match? I don't really have a preference either way. I guess if I had a preference, it would be pinfalls because it's like settle it inside the cage. But I don't like it when there's both. I feel like it should be one or the other. Because if you have pinfalls and escape the cage, it creates too many scenarios where it's like, all right, well, why are you jumping back into the cage and go for the pin when you could have escaped? And why are you going for the pin when you've got him like tied up or something and you could, oh, Orndorff crawling out. He's all the way over. Hogan's got him by the hair. Great line by Jesse. If Orndorff was bald, Hogan wouldn't be the champion. Agree or disagree? Number 30 in the Rumble should always be a surprise. No, it doesn't have to always be a surprise. It could be because you can't do a surprise all the time, because if you are, then it's not a surprise because people just expect it. You should do whatever's best for telling your story. That's how I feel. Now he's choking Orndorff with his headband. It's no holds barred, Jesse. I'm the face announcer. I never see it when they do something bad. Okay. Ooh.
Orndorff is lucky after being choked out with that illegal headband that Hogan wore into the ring. There he is, laying on the mat. Now don't you tell me you didn't see nothing. In comparison to the damage a steel cage can do, that bandana means absolutely nothing. Both men will probably never be the same after this match is over. Well, for once, McMahon, I'm going to agree with you one time, because I'll tell you what, inside that steel cage, you get your entire body, head, face.
All right, Heenan opens the door for Orndorff.
And you definitely are not the same when you come out of a match like this. Right now, the champion hanging on to Paul Orndorff, both men inching their way over to the open door. And Orndorff on his way out. No, missing the deal.
Hogan could hit a low blow and Vince would say it was the ankle or something.
Look at this. Can you sense the tide is turning against? Apparently it is.
Is Cole fangirling over Elias getting up there to when he was fangirling over Miz? Kinda. It's a little annoying, actually. It's like, God, you're going to make Elias uncool. Oh, the cage wasn't open when, the door wasn't open when Hogan tried to use it. Bad timing, Hulk.
Orndorff ramming the head into the lower aspect of the champion Hulk Hogan. Remember, anything goes. Well, I'll tell you, McMahon, look at these two guys. This reminds me of the Thriller in Manila with Ali and Frazier. Neither one of these guys will be the same when this is over. It's taking its toll on both of these guys. It has indeed come down to this, and
Heel Michael Cole is still the worst thing ever for me. That was ungodly while that was going on.
Orndorff's trying to measure the champion. He's trying to deliver that one blow that'll knock Hogan down enough so that Mr. Wonderful can
He'll try anything to win the title.
As well, he should try anything, McMahon. It's a championship of the world on the line. You're going to do whatever it takes.
The championship is taking this most unusual manner. No holds barred. The first man out of the cage in any manner, either over the top or through the door, whose feet hit the floor, will be declared the victor. And
Oh, Orndorff. Oh, they both went into the wall of the cage.
I don't know. Maybe they wait until tomorrow, but we're going to sit here until one of them gets up. They both hit that cage at the same time, and it's going to be the man now who can reach down with that intestinal fortitude, the guts, who wants it the most.
Crowd chanting for Hogan.
And also a man who can reach down and have a little something extra going for him. Like maybe 20,000 Hulkamaniacs. Look at this.
Oh, this is where we get, yeah, here we go. The double finish. They both climb out on opposite sides of the cage. The famous... Both men touched. God, Vince and Jesse are just like, I support the heels. No, I support the faces. Always. And the theme song doesn't help because they both use a real American. Yeah, Davis, Danny Davis, up to this point, he had cost the Bulldogs the tag titles, I believe. And he cost Tito Santana the Intercontinental title. So he's like screwing all the faces out of their titles, and it's like he tried to do it to Hogan here. Oh! Knee to the back by Orndorff, but Hogan goes into Danny Davis. Slamming the cage door in steel cage matches does my head in because of how wrestlers hang their head down, just waiting for the door to get hit. Looks dangerous, so I wouldn't allow myself to get slammed in the head by a cage door. The match is a tie.
We are back in Hartford, Connecticut at the Hartford Civic Center in resumption of a steel cage match. And Paul Orndorff with a handful of hair on the champion holster. He's dragging all over the timekeeper.
Well, I'll tell you, McMahon, it's obvious that Hogan doesn't want to get back to that cage. Look at you got Orndorff and referee.
Oh, man. Yeah, Hogan was getting beat up outside the ring before they restarted. They're going back into the cage now. Orndorff on the top rope. Oh, comes down on top of Hogan. Orndorff in full control now. A referee got injured. I'm happy about that. I'm the face announcer.
Well, I suppose Hogan's got it the way he wants. There goes Danny Davis. After Hogan puts him on a commission, he's being carried out. But I don't think it's going to help Hogan.
Yeah, Orndorff is dominating Hogan right now. I think we're going to have a new champion, guys. I think Orndorff's going to win the belt. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, Vince is a biased announcer. Clothesline by Orndorff. I almost said Orton. Did you hear what Jericho said about Roman still getting booed recently? No, I didn't. What did Jericho say? Hogan's hulking up. Fuck you, I sell nothing! Nothing! Shot by Hogan. Could Goldberg have jackhammered Andre? I would have loved to see him try. I don't think Andre would have taken that bump, though. Oh, face first into the cage goes Orndorff. And face first again. Jericho said if they turn him heel, they'll the fans that are booing him now will just cheer him anyway. But, well, yeah, I mean, that's how you get what you want. They turn him heel, and then you get what you originally wanted in the first place. Or you get the hottest heel in the world. It's a win-win. There's no reason not to do it. But they're not going to, so I'm not going to bother. And face first into the cage. 3, 4, up and down. God, Orndorff is just getting his ass kicked right now. Backbreaker by Hogan. And the leg drop. Orndorff's bleeding. Yep, Orndorff is bloodied. Heenan, what's Heenan doing? Heenan jumps in there. He goes after Hogan. That's not smart, Bobby. Orndorff trying to climb, but no, Hogan's got him. Atomic drop on Orndorff. And now Bobby Heenan flies into the wall of the cage. Owies. Now Hogan's climbing. But Orndorff's crawling for the door. Got to race again, but I think Hogan's going to win it. There you go. Hogan wins it. And that is probably the biggest match in the history of Saturday Night's Main Event right there. Really good cage match. Really good fun. Nice closure to the Hogan-Orndorff feud. Yeah, no dispute that time. Hogan won that one. You know what they say. Hogan must pose. That's a weasel. He's not a human being like you and I, Jesse. Looks like a tie to me, but okay. Whee!
Well, it definitely does a cage match is designed for that, and both of these guys will never be the same, as you said. I will agree on that point.
However, at least we have decided one thing. Hogan, without questioning it out, has settled the score once and for all with Orndorff.
I disagree, McMahon. Mr. Wonderful won the first time when Danny Davis senior official declared him the winner. What's Hogan say? He loves me.
I don't think that was directed.
He was pointing right at me.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd like to point at you, all right. Look at these fans. They go nuts for this extraordinary athlete. World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan victorious here in Hartford, Connecticut in the ultimate matchup, the steel cage matchup. Yes, it comes.
I told you before, McMahon, it's better to be lucky than to be good, and this man is lucky.
He is also the world heavyweight champion. Get the count here.
And we've still got more. We've got more show to go. That was the main event of the show, and they opened up with it. The Battle for Texas, Beauty and the Beast, the King versus the Dog, and a hot rod match. A lot of stuff going on here. Do you think Roman is more forced now than Cena was? No. Honestly, no. It's pretty much the same. Except Roman doesn't win all the time. That's the difference.
Beginning a year ago in Tampa when George first met Elizabeth, it was love at first sight. This Beauty and the Beast story continued until finally the Macho Man had been pushed too far. Joining me right now is the
Oh, yeah!
Macho Man Randy Savage and his
Liz looking beautiful as always.
Elizabeth, you've heard the news. A big surprise coming from George the Animal Steel. Elizabeth, do you think it's going to involve you?
Well, anything that affects Randy affects me.
Shut up, dude. I'm the champion.
He's such a dick. He's such a dick. What did?
Slap your face and put you against the wall.
I get the impression that the Macho Man is very much on edge tonight. It could be that George the Animal Steel and his surprise might indeed have something to do with that. Let's go back to you.
All right, Frank Eugene making his way through this capacity crowd.
Bonesaw is ready.
And leading the Macho Man into the ring, the lovely Elizabeth. She is gorgeous.
It's kind of creepy to hear Vince call somebody gorgeous. Is that Vince Russo? There's some guy in the crowd that looked like Vince Russo. It was really crazy.
I wonder what.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's talking about this surprise. Who really cares? This guy's
Elizabeth is so gorgeous. She's just so beautiful. Just a lady. God.
What he's going to give the Macho Man, as far as the surprise is concerned, he's quite capable of doing anything, as you well know. Maybe we can find out a little bit more about the animal surprise. Standing by right now, Mean Gene Okerlund.
All right, thank you, Vince. George the Animal Steel, you've got everybody wondering what your big surprise is tonight.
Surprise!
Does your surprise
Surprise.
the lovely Elizabeth?
Elizabeth!
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The surprise is for Elizabeth.
See?
See what?
Me!
Okay.
Surprise!
I see. Thank you, George. Thank you. I'm sorry, Vince. We're none the wiser here. We're just going to have to wait and see.
George the Animal Steel has a surprise. I wonder what it could be.
Animal Steel making his way to the ring, hoping to become the Intercontinental Champion. And what then? Wait a minute. What's he? What's that in his hand?
That's the surprise. He's carrying a little doll to the ring. That's the Animal Steel's big surprise, McMahon.
I think it's a doll of himself, isn't it?
Is he going to give Elizabeth his own action figure?
It's like to the ring.
Because I don't think that's the ladies. Hey, if I had an action figure of myself, I'd give it to a lady. It's like bitches love action figures.
Oh, look, is that? He wants to give himself to Elizabeth.
Oh,
With that cute, McMahon, he gives Elizabeth a doll. That's the big surprise, huh?
I don't know that that was a surprise or not. The Macho
now
Man
Savage
yanks the doll out of Elizabeth's hand,
takes the doll.
points a finger at the animal.
Oh, he smashed it.
From behind. No.
Heel Savage is great.
This man capable of anything in the world.
Oh, God.
Steel, hold on the Macho Man.
George Steele, he's throwing Savage around now.
Should be suspended wrestling.
Headbutt into the corner.
The animal, the most wonderful-
Savage does not know what planet he's on right now. Scoop and slam.
I can't believe the referee allowed the match to start like that.
Well, you have to allow a lot of latitude when the animal's in there, no question.
Is Miss Elizabeth the reason you like dark-haired females? Might be. I mean, I liked her early enough. Stephanie is so gorgeous. Let's make a storyline where I'm the father of her baby. Oh my God. Okay. I can't believe that they admitted that on like a documentary, that was the storyline idea that was pitched. That's like, no fucking way. Jesus. I mean, that would have been, it's like, you know, you think of all the really bad storylines you've done, and then you think, God, what got rejected? And then you hear that. It's like, God in heaven, why? How does that even get thrown around? Body slam on George Steele. Savage showing that strength. Is that the surprise? It's Ricky Steamboat! The Dragon! He's back! Savage gets slammed off the top. Oh my God. Would that have been the worst storyline of all time if it happened? It would have been up there for sure. When did they do the injury angle for Steamboat? Sometime in '86. And now Steele has Elizabeth. He picked up Elizabeth and he's carrying her to the back. Kidnapping is okay as long as you care. Thank you, Vince. Uh-oh. Well, this thing, like, devolved into insanity. Savage wants to go save Elizabeth from George Steele, and Steamboat's like, fuck you. You got to face me, motherfucker. What documentary? Oh, is that a lady referee? I don't know. Yeah, November '86. That's when they did the injury angle. Documentary. Yeah, Stephanie was interviewed as part of the Vince McMahon DVD. And on the documentary portion, she admitted, it's like, oh yeah, he pitched the storyline where he was going to be the father of my baby. I'm like, what? Why on earth would you admit that? So has the match just been thrown out? Steamboat, the officials are trying to block Steamboat from getting to Savage. And here comes George Steele, who did not get counted out. Good question, Jesse. He ate her. George the Animal Steele ate her. Steamboat being forced back by security. Okay, so the match is still on, I guess. Steele eats the turnbuckle pad, because of course he does. Throws it in Savage's face. Huh? Why are you surprised of Steamboat? I'm trying to like add the ambiance. I've seen this before. I'm just trying to like kind of give you guys an idea of what I was thinking the first time I watched it. If this was modern day WWE, Steamboat would be pointing at the Mania sign 12 times to indicate Steamboat would face Savage at Mania. Yep, yes they would. Oh, I'm sure Steele ate Elizabeth. It's like, okay, this is a clean stream. Oh, ooh, Steamboat or George Steele goes into the ring post. God, he's got the stuffings like all in his like chest hair and arm hair. It's really, really weird looking.
anything would be an improvement. Rather than continuing the relationship with the Macho Man. The Macho Man right now is continuing to hammer on George the Animal Steel. A lot of memories going on.
Well, I'll tell you what, in my opinion, McMahon, he's going to try to finish him quick because he's got a little search for Elizabeth, no doubt about it.
Well, he best be worried about even more surprises.
God, Savage even has the stuffing in his hair.
He's the most unorthodox wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation today.
Well, Savage has got it going his way
Oh,
now.
wait a minute.
George gets a kick in.
The foot in the midsection.
And here he comes.
And another. George the Animal Steel. Oh, fighting.
Now look at McMahon.
The animal bites.
What are they going to put up with from this guy?
We got nasty green tongue wrapping about.
I mean, he tears apart turnbuckles, he bites, he pulls hair.
Oh, into the what's left of the turnbuckle pad.
Not exactly a scientific matchup. I agree with you there. But then again, there's a tongue again. And then again, you'll never see a scientific match with a George the Animal.
Oh, God.
No, he's not.
He's biting Savage's face.
He's just salivating on him, that's all. He likes to salivate.
That doesn't sound much better, Vince. He's not biting him, he's just salivating on him. It was like, that doesn't sound better. Hurts less, but, you know, it's also unsanitary. Oh, he's biting Savage's arm. Oh, no. Now George goes up and over out of the ring. What did he just hit Savage with? How is this match still continuing?
I'll tell you what, I am personally going to WWF President Jack Tunney, and I'm going to explain this situation to you because I, as a broadcaster, do not have to put
Now Steele shoves the referee down.
the referee down. How much more does the public have to take?
Savage has the ring bell. Into the back of the head of Steele. God, this match is a three-ring circus.
Turnabout's fair play.
Oh, wait a minute.
1, 2, 3. Savage. You know what? I don't blame Savage for cheating there. As bonkers as that match was.
He's unconscious.
I can believe it. Finish him off, Macho Man.
Now what's Savage doing? He's got the ring bell. He's going to do what he did to Ricky. Here comes Ricky Steamboat. Don't you dare, motherfucker. Savage is like, nope. Nope. Get the hell out of there. Am I the only one who thought Triple H versus John Cena at the Greatest Royal Rumble was awful? It wasn't great. I mean, they've had other matches that I disliked more, but that one, it wasn't great. No. I counted like 3 times where the referee could have DQ'd or counted someone. Yeah, there was the foreign object. There was when the referee shoved him down. There was when Steele went to the back with Elizabeth. He should have been counted out. It's like the referee had no control over that match. Oh, Steamboat's reviving George. Oh, poor George. Poor George. Just leave me with my turnbuckle pad stuffing. I'll be okay.
You know, what's this guy's IQ level, McMahon?
I don't know, but
Yeah, I hated the Mania 22 match.
It's got to be close to yours.
Hate that match. The Greatest Royal Rumble match was like, whatever. That was the thing that happened.
George the Animal Steel, intelligent or not, without question of a doubt, is one of the most feared wrestlers.
Jesus, that match was crazy. That was fun. That was actually, that was crazier than their Mania 2 match. The Mania 2 match was nuts too. And we still don't know what he did to Elizabeth. But Ricky Steamboat's back. Yay! Love that feud. Love the Steamboat Savage feud. Why did they need to do finisher kickouts in the opener? Because Cena and Triple H are contractually obligated to do that. That's just what they do. So, you know, Hogan must pose, Cena must kick out. That's how it works.
Standing by right
now, Mean Gene Okerlund with the King.
All right, thank you, Vince. With me right now, manager Bobby the Brain Heenan and the self-proclaimed King of Wrestling.
Self-proclaimed. This man was coronated King of Professional Wrestling.
I'll be right back. I need coffee.
King of Professional Wrestling is Harley will be known the King, handsome Harley Race. He's a superior athlete. You know, everybody else knows him.
It's still weird seeing Harley Race in the WWE.
The king of all wrestling, and everyone shall bow to me in servitude.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the match.
I said bow. You heard him. Bow.
I would listen to Harley, Gene.
We're going to get the junkyard dog to bow like that.
Bow. That miserable nut's going to be bowing. He's going to be bow-wowing.
He's going to be bow-wowing.
I guarantee that.
All right, Vince, we all know that the junkyard dog is a proud warrior. And we're going to see the fur fly tonight. Let's go back to you.
How do you like your coffee? Typically with cream.
Picking on Mean Gene Okerlund. Somebody ought to pick on him, that little smart mouth. Making his way for the ring. And I see no one bowing now in the presence of the self-professed King Harley Race. Well, I'll tell you what,
You can hear Jerry Lawler's theme playing. What became known as Jerry Lawler's theme. Okay, oh, let's go get that coffee.
True, Jesse, but there were only two of them. How many do you need? Well, then you'll have the King Harley Race coming to the rope now. And the King preparing to defend the crown against the junkyard dog. What a matchup it's going to be. I doubt very seriously that the dog will bow in servitude. Look at that. Doesn't Harley Race look jingle with the crowd? I mean, only needs a throne out there, McMahon, and he can all that. That could be where he does his best work. The King, Harley Race, preparing to lock up with the junkyard dog. I believe standing by right now, Mean Gene Okerlund with the dog.
Junkyard dog, I don't know who His Majesty King Harley Race thinks he is, demanding that people...
Time to sing JYD's music? I might. I always feel compelled to sing it.
This country never had no queen. This country never had no king. And only time that my mom and dad ever told me to bow down to anybody, it was the good Lord above come on this earth and tell JYD where you going. Up the ladder, down the ladder. I don't understand, baby. Handsome Harley Race, who in do you think you dealing with?
All right, it's going to be a collision indeed. Junkyard dog and His Majesty Harley Race. One thing, there comes a time when the King perhaps will sat on the throne too long.
All right, this capacity crowd coming alive, making its way down the aisle. Yes, indeed, the junkyard dog. Well, I'll tell you, McMahon, the dog is the crowd favorite. They're still down about that. But that's not going to affect the King.
It's self-started. It's hard to stop. You just go for your partners. You know what? And then you GRABTHEMCAKES. Grab them cakes. Got a lot of like WrestleMania 3 build going. We had Savage Steamboat. We've got Piper and Adonis coming up. We've got JYD and Harley Race here in their first match before their WrestleMania 3 showdown.
Here now, Heenan insisting that the dog bow, and the dog doing his own form of bowing to the King of Harley Race, and Race doesn't like it one bit.
I'm not bowing to you, asshole.
Beginning of this match, Ross. And on next. We are back in the insurance capital of the world, Hartford, Connecticut, and this match just beginning.
When did they do the My Way video for Piper? I hope they didn't edit out the song. They did edit out the song. I've gone and watched it. Yeah, My Way is not on there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that video is going to air on the next episode of Saturday Night's Main Event, if I'm not mistaken. Could you do a Wrestle Kingdom rankings series like you did with WrestleMania? I didn't really do a WrestleMania ranking series, but I did a top 30 match series, but I could do some like video or something. going over the Wrestle Kingdoms,
The knee glancing in off the forehead.
listing my favorite matches.
The dog kicks out again.
Yeah.
That move command by Harley Race. Race has so many different moves. And certainly Bobby.
Yeah, unfortunately, Harley was like at the end of his career at this point when he went to the WWE. So it's like you're not getting prime Harley Race in the WWE, but.
Well, that's one thing that JYD would definitely.
Oh, shoulder first into the ring post.
That'll dislocate your shoulder very, very quickly. The junkyard dog moving in now on Harley Race. Yes, sir. Running that. Davis again. Interfering. Race is in the ropes.
Oh, headbutt by JYD.
Race was in the ropes. You are not supposed to touch your opponent when he's in the ropes.
Harley Race back up, regular pace by Race. Race now trying to set up
Belly to belly.
the dog. What's he gonna do?
Belly to belly suplex on the dog.
Beautiful belly-to-belly
It was. Nice maneuver on the part of Harley Race. Bobby Heenan.
Headbutt. Got it. Yeah, this is a. Oh, God. Harley Race hurt himself on the headbutt. Yeah, I was going to say, both these guys like to use headbutts. Here's JYD with some of his own. Yep.
I mean, how's the guy supposed to know that JYD's got 3 inches of cranium up there?
Yep. Best to worst series?
The kid may not be able to get back in the ring after that.
Oh, the best to worst series. I could do something like that for Wrestle Kingdom. I don't know if I'll have as much material to work with as I did with the WrestleMania one, but I could probably think of something. Oh, Dog's got the crown. He's got the cape.
Look at this. The fans going completely berserk. Hey, I'll buy this McMahon if he wins the match. He has not won the match. He cannot call himself the king until Harley Race's shoulders are down on the back for a 3-count.
Race should have already been counted out. Why didn't Davis, the referee, count him out? And look at this. From the
Oh, Bobby Heenan. Well, that's a DQ. That's a disqualification. Referee. What is with the referees tonight not calling for DQs? I have a friend who said that Cody versus Ibushi was the worst match at Wrestle Kingdom 12 because he absolutely hates Cody. I thought it was a very good match, but okay. And Bobby takes a shot. What is up with the referee? Dude, that should have been a disqualification. JYD's your winner, bitch. And Harley Race comes off the top. Thank you. Vince is on. I'm on Vince's side here. Okay, they rang the bell. Thank you. Oh, Danny Davis is the referee. Oh, that explains it. Is it just me or Switchblade Jay White not working? I don't think he's working. Based on everything I've seen, it's just he's not connecting with me. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. Cody's awesome. I like Cody is. You look at him and he's a star. JYD wins by DQ.
Correct decision. He was not how blatant can you get? And why doesn't he do something about this? Look at this. Hammering away on the top. Danny Davis is a referee, not a wrestler, not a police.
Oh, and Harley Race, he's making JYD bow to him. Dick. JYD. Down goes Heenan. And Harley gets the hell out of there. What's Davis doing? Jeez.
What's going on? You got the JYD roughing up a referee who has just awarded him the match. This is what he does to a referee that gives him a decision. Yeah.
Headbutt. And Vince is so biased. It's ridiculous. Get him. Headbutt the referee. Hurt him. Hurt an official. Do it. Do you agree with JYD being in the Hall of Fame? I mean, if we're going to use Hillbilly Jim as a standard, I mean, if Hillbilly Jim can be in, then JYD, yeah, absolutely. Did you watch the Road to Dontaku shows? I haven't watched those. I'm going to watch Wrestling Dontaku because I want to see Okada versus Tanahashi for the title defense record. I want to see that. I think we've got Ospreay versus Kushida, and then we've got, on night one, I believe, Omega versus Hangman Page and Cody versus Ibushi. Now we got Piper versus Adonis. Remember when hitting the referees would get you fined? Yeah, Vince is all like, yeah, hit the referees.
Listen to me. You are the champion of the world, and I will prove it to you. I've never lied to you before, have I? And I'm not going to start now. I'm going to get the footage of tonight's match. What did your feet touch first? You know it. I know it. The officials know it. The people know it. Hogan knows it.
How would you determine who goes into the WWE Hall of Fame? I've said it before. They need to have like some kind of an official voting system to determine who gets in.
That gold will be around your waist. Don't worry.
I want to spend a little time in the locker room on tonight's challenger for the heavyweight title bout. Bobby Heenan, and you especially, Paul Orndorff. This can't be the way you wanted to start out.
What do you mean it can't be the way I want to start it? Listen, I took the fight to Hulk Hogan, brother. I took everything that he had to offer.
Wait a minute.
He was the one. No, wait a minute. No, you wait a minute.
Are you ever going to review all the Tokyo Dome shows soon? Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot. There were a lot of Tokyo Dome shows before Wrestle Kingdom started. I've reviewed all the Wrestle Kingdoms. It's like, God, do I want to go back and watch all of those shows and review them all? That would be very time-consuming. Very time-consuming. So I wouldn't count on it. If I get some free time and it's something I'm able to do, maybe, but I wouldn't count on that happening.
Worry, champ. Don't worry.
I think Orndorff shouldn't be worried because we have the official footage, and we can take you back, Jesse. You can get another look at it, and this will unquestionably prove that Orndorff did not defeat Hulk Hogan. Look at it, and notice the time above. Look at that. Watch the time in now, right there. Take another look at it. What's the matter? Cat, have your tongue, Jesse?
No, it doesn't have my tongue, McMahon. I'll tell you what, this is more doctored than Nixon's Watergate tapes.
Jesus. Good one, Jesse. Would you go to a Wrestle Kingdom show if you could afford it? I probably can afford it. I mean, I'd have to, use up my vacation fund to do it. But yeah, I'd love to go to Wrestle Kingdom if I could. It's not so much like whether or not I could afford it. It's more, do I have the time and the ability to take time off work to take a week to go to Japan and go see a wrestling show?
I can take a licking and keep on thinking. Roddy Piper, what I'm gonna whip on you. Not even Ajax can get out.
Jimmy Hart, many say it's not a prudent decision on your part to let this man go back into the ring.
This man is all heart, and you couldn't keep him out of the ring, Piper, for $1 million.
Did you see the Jinder Mahal ghost bump at the Greatest Royal Rumble? Yes, I did. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I was so thunderstruck when I saw it. I was like, I cannot believe that just happened.
Well, I'll tell you, McMahon, Adonis is the classic example. You cannot judge the book by the cover. I mean, who else in the world of wrestling could survive the blow he took from Roddy Piper and be back so quickly at 100% in that ring ready to go?
Good point. Adonis, one of the consummate athletes in the World Wrestling Federation, and as you brought out earlier, he doesn't look like much, but he is. Standing by, speaking of great athletes, I believe Mean Gene Okerlund.
Corey Graves tried to cover for it. What did? Yeah, he did. What did Corey try to say? I'm trying to remember. Hot Rod, Roddy Piper.
We'll make this real short. I don't have a lot of words to say about this. It's
Was that gender bump better than Batista's Phantom? Batista's Phantom bump was pretty funny too, but this one was like more glaring, if that makes any sense. This was like Hardy straight up missed him, and Jinder was like, fall backwards. I was like, oh my God.
Just eats me inside. The fact that I got a chance right now and that
He said he tried to trick Hardy. That's right. That's right. Nice cover, Corey. Nice try. A for effort. God damn.
He's got heart, he's got pride, and he is determined. He is headed for the ring. Roddy Piper. Back to you.
I'm listening and impressed with the words of Roddy Piper. Reporting to AJ.
There he is, the hot rod.
Revenge on the part of Adrian Adonis. After all, it was Roddy Piper who hit Adonis with a foreign object that crushed, putting Adonis out of wrestling, and only Adonis could recover in time for this match even to take place. Revenge is sweet. We're going to find out who indeed will be the victor in this matchup. And Jesse, don't go away because we're going to have word from the World Wrestling Federation.
Do you have a favorite Wrestle Kingdom? I mean, it's really hard because when you get from 7 onwards, the shows get so good. Like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are all awesome shows. I really like this year's. I thought 12 was a really good show, though. 10 was great. Like 9 was great. 11 was great. 7 and 8 were great. It's really hard to pick a favorite, but I really, really like this year's show. So I probably... Maybe it's recent, you know, like the bias of being the most recent, but knee lift and Adonis gets tied up in the ropes. Oh, jumping kick by Piper. Flip, fatty flip up. And now Piper's biting. A lot of baby faces biting on this show. What was worse? What was worse was the complete botched leg drop counter at Cena versus Triple H with Cole calling it a spine buster counter. That was hilarious. That was like, I don't think he hit him with a spine buster, Cole. Piper working on the injured arm of Adonis. Oh, shot to the gut by Adonis. Fatty makes a comeback. Humpty Dumpty. Did you already reveal the greatest Royal Rumble at the start of the stream? I did. That was... I started off the stream reviewing Impact's Redemption pay-per-view and Greatest Royal Rumble. So the whole stream will be up on the channel and you can see those. Oh, and Adonis goes down. Ramming Adonis face first into the mat. Oh, does it again. Sleeper hold. Good night, Irene. Nope, they both flip out of the ring.
I'll tell you, I can't believe McMahon. Everybody's brutalizing. What's the story with this? Wait a minute. Adonis just wanted to
Oh!
the eyes. No, not the eyes. I'll tell you what it is. Obviously, Piper.
He's spraying perfume in Piper's eyes, a la Martel and Jake Roberts. Now that blinded Roberts years later, and Piper I don't remember Piper being gone for months with being blind.
Adonis with that spray can. Squirting it. Garbage into the eyes of Piper. The count now continuing. Piper could be counted out.
What do you think of Pentagon as champ? I think it's a good move. I think it's a more interesting move. I like Pentagon, so I'm like, oh, cool. He's the Impact champion. I'm going to have to watch Impact now. What did you think of Cyber Sunday? Oh, Adonis wins by countout. That crap. My God. What did you think of Cyber Sunday? A good concept for a pay-per-view like Taboo Tuesday. They just never did it well because a lot of the choices that you'd have to vote for were shitty. So it's like, who cares?
Oh, really? In other words, Adonis was wrestling with a shirt on? That's what you're going to tell me next?
The man is in intense pain.
There's the lady referee again. I don't remember ever seeing her. They're trying to wash the stuff out of your eyes, Piper. Be nice. Be nice. Oh, man, so Adonis continues to build his heat to WrestleMania 3. Like I said, a lot of WrestleMania 3 building up going on this show. Except they still need a main event for WrestleMania 3. Wonder what they're going to do now that Hogan has defeated Orndorff. Oh, man, look at that. Look at Hogan sporting that jacket. It's a spiffy Hulkamania jacket. Windbreaker, man. It looks cool.
Everybody in this place knew I had Mr. Wonderful beat, and I love it, man. I love it.
Wait a minute now, Hulk. Everybody save one. I should point out that I talked to Bobby the Brain Heenan and Paul Orndorff earlier on in the program.
That look on Hogan's face. Oh my God, that is meme worthy. The quizzical look on Hogan's face during this promo is amazing.
Will be declared the heavyweight champion in less than a month.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mean Gene, everybody knows when they declared it a draw. Danny Davis declared it a draw. I hit the ground first. Then I went on to beat him again. But you know something, Mean Gene? Maybe if they did run the film backwards, like those old cartoons, man, maybe they showed Paul Orndorff leaping off the ground first. He'd never beat me.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bobby Heenan.
What did you think of Bobby Heenan's Hall of Fame speech? I got misty-eyed when he said, "I wish Monsoon was here." I remember getting, like, when I saw that, I got a little misty-eyed. Because I mean, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, they were like the all-time like comedy duo in wrestling history. They were like Abbott and Costello.
Looking forward to the new year, new challenges, bigger and better things.
All right, happy New Year to you, champ. Let's wait and see what happens.
Okay, now we've got our, I believe this is the main event of the show. Yeah, Blackjack Mulligan and who's his opponent? It's Jimmy Jack Funk. Is this show even in Texas? Let me look. It's in Hartford, Connecticut. Why are they doing a Battle for Texas match in Hartford, Connecticut?
We certainly hope you are enjoying your New Year's weekend with us here in Hartford, Connecticut. This matchup is just now beginning.
If you reverse the order of the matches, you have a good SummerSlam, right? It feels like on a pay-per-view, these matches would be reversed. Like you, yeah, take the spurs off. Yeah, there's that lady referee again.
I think you just forgot.
Oh, sure. I mean, the guy's 6'10", 350 pounds, and he needs spurs.
Jimmy Jack Funk. Yeah, this is by far the most uninteresting thing on the show. Please be short. I'm begging for it to be short. Why are you having a Battle for Texas in Connecticut? That doesn't make any sense. See, if this show was being held in Texas, I would understand it.
You'll be back. Blackjack Mulligan on the outside now. Going after Jimmy Jack Buck. Earlier on, Mean Gene Oakland spoke with Big Blackjack.
IRS Senior? Is that IRS Senior? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Is there a rotunda in there that I'm not aware of?
Texas actually started New Year's night. The annual Mulligan New Year's Eve party was the wildest thing. All the usual stars were there. Slim Gabriel was there.
Father-in-law. He's the father-in-law of Mike Rotunda. And the grandfather of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. Okay, so I didn't know he was related to Mike Rotunda. That's interesting.
I have been battling for Texas. We have decided, ladies and gentlemen, that JJ Funk does not even belong in the state of Texas. So it's not going to be much of a battle. I'm going to go out there and start to use I've changed my style.
You have indeed.
That's right. So I'll tell you, it's easier on the laundry. You know what I mean? Well, I'm going to tell you something, JJ Funk. I'm going to tell you something. Knuckle sandwich is going to be flying your eyes, flying your way. We'll bust your nose open and knock your...
This match matters so little that they're showing the pre-match promo during the match itself, and nobody cares.
You know, McMahon, I have yet to meet a Mexican who ain't a big rib bag. I beg your pardon. Every one of them.
JBL, what? Jumping elbow by Mulligan. Didn't expect that. 1, 2, 3. That was okay. That was mercifully short. What went wrong, Eugene? That'd be an interesting one to do. Now Mulligan's got the bull rope. That feels awfully heelish for a babyface to do. Well, that happened. That happened. That was okay. That was the last match of both shows that we watched today, and that was by far the worst one. But it was short, so I'll let it slide.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a big win for Adrian Adonis and a huge setback for Roddy Piper, in my opinion.
George Giannibo Steele against the Macho Man. What about the surprise return, of course, of the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat?
Well, in my opinion, the Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, should be fined and suspended for flagrant outside interference in that match.
Nobody gets fined or suspended for flagrant outside interference. Never. Not in WWE land. It's expected.
You call it successful? I'll tell you this. Danny Davis was the senior official on hand. He declared Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff the winner. I'll stand by Davis's decision. I think Orndorff is the champion of the world.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be right back.
I love that they go to commercial break just to come back to say goodbye. Like, why even bother?
What's so happy about it?
Well, Merry Christmas to you too, Jesse. Jesus. Remember when these shows had end credits? Okay, and that concludes the first Saturday Night's Main Event of 1987. Very enjoyable show. Really liked it. A lot of build-up for WrestleMania 3, and you get the Hogan-Orndorff cage match, which is I would say, like, the biggest, most significant match in the history of Saturday Night's Main Events. So, a lot of good stuff on there. Really, I thought the Savage Steel match was bonkers, and we got the return of Ricky Steamboat, which was great. You get King Harley Race and Adrian Adonis building heat over Piper and JYD, further setting up their matches. So a lot of good stuff on there. Very enjoyable. Now, next week's stream, we've got Clash of Champions 9, which is main evented by the classic Ric Flair versus Terry Funk I Quit match. And we've got Saturday Night's Main Event 10, the 10th Saturday Night's Main Event. Oh my God, how long have I been doing the stream? It's amazing. I'm already up to 10. That's crazy. But on that episode, we will get Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant going up against each other in a battle royal right before their classic encounter at WrestleMania 3. So in between this Saturday night's main event and the one at 10, Andre turned on Hogan. We got that classic moment on Piper's Pit. And on next week's Saturday night's main event that we're going to watch, we get to see their first showdown in a battle royal. So should be very, very interesting. Should be some very exciting shows next week. But thank you all for watching the stream. Really enjoyed it. Sorry to say I'll have to miss next week's stream because I'll be on vacation. Hope it's good. Oh, all right. Enjoy your vacation, man. Have a good time. But I'm about ready to finish up here. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. My next video coming up is probably going to be my next Star Wars review. I know I said I was going to get it up Thursday or Friday, but things got in the way, and then on Friday, I decided to stay up and watch Greatest Royal Rumble instead. So that'll probably be my next video that goes up. But we're all done here. Thank you all for watching, and y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all later.